radio sponsors by giving them your patronage. Now, let's go live for our coverage of exciting sports action on Central Nebraska Sports Source.
And good afternoon or early evening, whichever you'd like to consider it, and welcome to Arnold, Nebraska, site of MNAC Boys Tournament action. My name is Jeremy Shipe. I'll be joined later on in the pregame by my partner tonight, Grant Winterer. Should be a fun one tonight. We've got two basketball games on the docket for you. The first one is Sandhill Thedford, the 4 seed, taking on the 5 seed, Cody Kilgore. Before we get too far into our broadcast, we like to start every broadcast by thanking the sponsors that make it possible. They include Klein Financial, 4 County Heating and Air, The Cattleman's Cut, BD Broken Bow, Thrivent Financial Agent Scott Harvey, Consolidated, Ewalt's Grocery, Sandhill Oil, Midwest Partitions, The Spur in Dunning, Nebraska State Bank, Grocery Cart, Custer Federal State Bank, Arrow Seed, Rod's Body and Paint, Team Physical Therapy, Trotter Service, Mead Lumber, Shelter Insurance Agent Brent Custer, A to Z Lawn Pro, Squire Septic Service of Myrna, Geared for Sports, Agland ATV, Pruning Bank, The Garden Center, Sargent Irrigation, and Duda Plumbing. That's your radio sponsors for this contest in front of us between Cody Kilgore and Sandhill Thedford. After we take a quick commercial break, we'll come back and thank the wonderful sponsors you'll see scrolling on your screen throughout the evening who are bringing you the video broadcast from here in Arnold. Thanks for tuning in to KBBN 95.3 FM, as well as KBBN.com and the free app, and of course the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages.
Cattleman's Cup Bull Sale is February 23rd at the ranch near Brewster, Nebraska. Over 65 bulls will be selling, with sires represented, including Myers, Fair and Square, Marcy's Panhandle, Sitz Resilient, and more. If you're looking for bulls that are naturally sound, stout, and good-footed, don't miss the Cattleman's Cup Bull Sale on February 23rd at the ranch near Brewster, Nebraska, starting at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. For more information, go to thecattleman'scut.com or like their Facebook page, The Cattleman's Cut. That's quality bred on, not fed on.
BD would love for you to be part of their great team. They offer competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply online at bd.com/careers. You can also attend open interviews the first and third Wednesdays of each month in Broken Bow. BD loves supporting youth sports and the bright student athletes who work hard to compete in every contest. Remember, bd.com/careers to start your journey to being part of their great team.
Consolidated Companies is a proud sponsor of our student athletes. Everyone wants to get to the events and cheer on their students, but sometimes you just can't. Keeping up to date on all the local sports is hard to do, but Consolidated Superfast Broadband can change that. Find all the latest information on local school and broadcast channel web pages, along with news and weather. For more information, call Consolidated at 1-800-742-7464. Plus, look for them now on Facebook, facebook.com/Consolidated Companies.
Ewalt's Grocery is your local community connection for high-quality foods, friendly service, and great prices. Everyone at Ewalt's Grocery takes pride in their community, and they appreciate your business. With over 80 years of business, they're honored and privileged to serve the local community. They're big supporters of the Sandhill Thedford Knights and love every opportunity they get to cheer on their hard work and dedication. Ewalt's Grocery in Thedford, sponsors of this sports broadcast.
Sandhill Oil Company is a family-owned business that has provided quality fuels and services for 3 generations. With 3 convenient locations in Thedford, Hyannis, and Valentine, they've served the Sandhills since 1961 with propane delivery, pipeline installation, quality Sinclair fuels, and the Dino-Mart, open 7 days a week. Experience a team that cares about your fuel, irrigation, and more. Sandhill Oil Company.
Midwest Partitions Incorporated in Thedford would like to take this opportunity to salute all of the student athletes in the area for working hard to prepare for every contest of the season. Through all the hard work and determination you show, you are setting a foundation for a successful future after high school. Good work from Midwest Partitions, delivering expertise, efficiency, and execution. Midwest Partitions Incorporated in Thedford.
Welcome back to Arnold as we get set for the first of two contests. Cody Kilgore and Sandhills Thedford warming up in front of you. Those of you that are listening on the radio, you can hear that. Those of you that are watching the video stream, you can see that thanks to these wonderful sponsors. Consolidated Midwest Partitions, the Spur in Dunning, Custer Public Power District, BD of Broken Bow, the Cattleman's Cut, Prairie Eye Care, Grocery Cart, Colligan, Del Moniger, and Tim Wright in Broken Bow, Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Palmer Monument, Mead Lumber, Lines Appliance, Broken Bow, Nebraska State Bank, Agland ATV, Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, Insurance of the Heartland, Central Nebraska Medical Clinic, Broken Bow Livestock, Sandhills Custom Creations on the Square, Broken Bow, Moline Seed and Fence, and AgriBest Feeds. And that video stream is available on the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages. We are live right there right now. If you're not there now and you want to be, you can tune in on your mobile devices or your televisions, laptops, anything that can access YouTube or Facebook. We are there. Excited to bring you this one. We're about 9 minutes away from the tip here on KBBN as well as Sandhills Express. We'll take another break. When we come back, I'll welcome Grant in, and we'll get you set up for the broadcast on 95.3.
The Spur in Dunning is open, and they are so excited to serve you at their family-ran business. You can stop by and fuel up your tank or fuel yourself up with food or drink. The bar and grill is open daily next door to the gas station. Keep up with their Facebook page for daily specials. The grill is open Monday to Thursday 7 to 8, weekends 7 to 9, and Sunday 11 to 2 for a buffet. The station is open 7 to 6 on Sundays, though. Stop in for drinks. They stay open as long as you're there. Call ahead. 308-538-2251. The Spur in Dunning.
We've got spirit, yes we do. We've got spirit, how about you? Here at Nebraska State Bank, we've got school spirit. Introducing mascot debit cards from Nebraska State Bank. Now you can go to your local NSB branch and request a new debit card for your favorite high school team. The Broken Bow Indians, South Loop Bobcats, and Silvermere debit cards are available by instant issue. You'll only pay $10, and the entire amount will be passed along to your school. It's a win-win situation, right? Take your school pride to the next level at Nebraska State Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The Grocery Cart is happy to sponsor this sports broadcast. Inside GK Wine and Spirits, the key word for us is variety. We have a large selection of Nebraska-made beers and a bunch of seltzer choices, too. There's a wine that will pair well with any meal. Our shelves are full with everything from sweet to dry. Did I mention awesome prices? For your good time or to wind down your day, shop GK Wine and Spirits inside the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
Governmental guaranteed loan programs can make dreams happen. That's why Custer Federal State Bank is passionate about helping you with them. Their SBA lending team can help you navigate the process of launching your business and also guide business owners looking to sell or transition their work to another person. Don't let worrying about the ins and outs of getting started push your dreams aside. Talk to Custer Federal State Bank of Broken Bow and Kearney, member FDIC.
Cattle producers, AeroSeed is your one-stop shop for power fencing needs. AeroSeed has all the supplies, including high-tensile wire, posts, insulators, and energizers to build or replace a solar, electric, or battery-operated system. They offer products from Gallagher, the most practical, affordable, and dependable range of animal management systems on the market. Should anything ever go wrong with your Gallagher Energizer, you won't have to send it off somewhere to be repaired. Most often it can be repaired right at AeroSeed. Get your Gallagher power fence and supplies from AeroSeed on North 10th Avenue, Broken Bow.
One thing we definitely desire perfection on is our vehicles. You want something that gets you to where you're going comfortably while looking great. Whether storm damage, deer damage, or insurance claim, take your ride to Rod's Body and Paint Broken Bow. They're the collision specialist. You should call 308-872-5346. Offering over 42 years of experience, they'll get you back on the road quickly without sacrificing quality. From dings and dents to full replacement and auto glass repair. Rod's Body and Paint, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Welcome back to Arnold. No teams warming up on the floor right now. They've both gone back to the locker rooms to get their last preparations in order, as we're a little over 5 minutes away from the tip here between Cody Kilgore and Sandhills Thedford. Welcome in my broadcast partner, Grant Winterer. good afternoon or evening, Grant. Are you one of those people that just considers it evening after 6 o'clock?
About that, yeah.
Okay.
Usually when the sun goes down, so I'll say in the summer it'll be closer to 8 or 9, but for now we're pushing evening pretty hard.
Okay, so we could say afternoon, we could say evening is what you're getting at.
It's totally socially acceptable to say whichever, I think.
Okay, good. We'll roll with that for a little bit longer. Being as we've been inside for about 45 minutes now setting up equipment for this broadcast, not really sure whether it's light or dark out, so we'll just kind of roll with it to start. Well, we've got an interesting matchup here in front of us, the 4 and the 5 seed. You take a look at these two teams. First for Sandhills Thedford, 8-4 on the season. They're getting things done against some opponents that are, on paper, opponents that they should defeat going into the game when you're looking at it on paper. Their losses have been against some formidable teams like Sumner Eddyville Miller, 11-2 on the season, Ansley Litchfield, 10-4, South Loop, 11-2. But just like everybody else, it's that time of year they're trying to catch some momentum.
Absolutely, and Sandhills Thedford is doing it at the right time. You look at their schedule, their most recent win comes against a Sandhills Valley team that we saw last night knock off the number 2 seed, Anselmo Myrna. That's a huge win for them. They might be trending in the right direction at the right time tonight.
Well, I will say it was against the boys' team rather than the
girls'
team.
Oh, yes, that's right.
You weren't even looking at what was going on the court.
You got the wrong schedules in front of me.
Yeah, but their counterpart. So, yeah, still a good win. 6-6 Sandhills Valley team. They've got some really formidable players on that team. You look at the other side, Cody Kilgore comes in at 5-6. Kind of on a losing skid here, had a win against Hay Springs in there, but they've had one game canceled against Mullen, but, kind of got off to a hot start. They're looking to pick up that start that they had at the beginning of the season again.
And there's going to be no better place to do that than the MNAC tournament right here, right now. It should set the stage for the final third of their season going forward.
Sandhills Thedford 8-4, Cody Kilgore 5-6. Both of them want to punch a ticket into the semifinals in the boys MNAC bracket. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll maybe give you a breakdown of how the boys bracket looks. We'll give you the starting lineups, and then we'll prep for the beginning of this one on KBBN and Sandhills Express Video.
Injured or recovering from surgery, your first priority is to treat your problem. At Team Physical Therapy, we will evaluate, treat, and educate you about your specific roadblocks. We offer many therapists to help. Stop by one of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Kearney, or call 872-5111. We have great resources online at myteampt.com or call 872-5111. Team Physical Therapy, together empowering able movement.
The student athletes you're cheering on during this broadcast practice and study in order to get their competition and schoolwork done right. At Trotter Service, they do the same, except with your vehicle repairs. Whether you need a new battery, brake work and alignment, tires, wheels, or an overhaul, trust their auto repair specialists to tackle the job. Don't forget bulk oil and fuel delivery and on-the-farm tire truck service too. Proud to help bring you this broadcast, Trotter Service in Broken Bow.
Ready or not, here comes the chilly season. Are you already noticing some cold drafts coming into your home, chilling the air? Don't make your heating system work harder than it needs to. Talk to Mead Lumber in Broken Bow about insulation solutions to keep the cold where it belongs, outside. The helpful staff at Mead Lumber in Broken Bow can offer solutions that will save you money when the weather gets chilly. Talk to them today, East Highway 2, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See Brent Custer today for a free personal protection review.
Welcome back to Arnold. Let's take a look at the MNAC Boys Tournament bracket. We are on the left side of the bracket. Right now, Sandhills Thedford and Cody Kilgore getting ready to do battle. Later on this evening, Grant will have the call of South Loop and Arthur County. Arthur County earning the right to play the number 1 seed by winning their game on Saturday 53-25. On the other side of the bracket, it's Hyannis and Sandhills Valley first tonight, then Mullen and Brady. Those games taking place in Mullen. So less than a minute away from this one. We'll take one more timeout. When we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups, and we'll tip it off. Sandhills Thetford and Cody Kilgore coming up after this.
But don't worry. They'll continue to offer their great services such as fertilizer, weed, and bare ground programs. Plus, they'll help you with grass seedings during the spring and fall seasons. Their new shop will be at their house. The address is 2056 North 9th Avenue. A handy payment drop box will be out front. Their phone number's changing too. It's now 308-870-1762. A couple of changes, but the same great service from A to Z Lawn Pro.
Septic emergencies are right up there on the list of worst emergencies to have.
Absolutely.
The next time you're facing one, give Squires Septic Service a call. 870-0717. He's ready to take your call 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
His sewer camera can find problems fast to save you money. Plus, he can clear drains with Roto-Rooter or Jetter. Oh, and Gary has Porta units too. Squires Septic Service of Myrna. 870-0717. Don't wait to call until it's too late.
Absolutely not.
Geared for Sports in Broken Bow is all about gearing you up for sports. Whether it's for participating or for cheering from the stands, they have it. Continuing this week is their semi-annual show sale. All regular priced shoes are marked at 20% off. So head through their door on west side of the square and bring your feet to do some test fitting. Geared for Sports, open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturdays 10 to 4. Get your gear at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow.
Friendly rivals, hometown pride, wearing your school's colors. Small towns are brought together cheering on their favorite teams. Agland ATV knows how hard the athletes and coaches work year-round and are proud to help sponsor the games of our customers and their kids and grandkids. We have built relationships with many of these families through the years and are proud of their success. Best of luck to all the local athletes from Agland ATV in Broken Bow.
872-3424.
Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow, 872-3424.
As you head out the door to support your favorite team and athlete, don't forget to take Bruning Bank with you. With our free mobile banking app, you can handle your daily banking needs from anywhere, even the bleachers. Check your balance, monitor transactions, deposit checks, and send and receive funds to family and friends with Zelle. Learn more at BruningBank.com. Bruning Bank is a proud sponsor of area athletics and wishes all students a safe and successful season. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
It's starting lineup time. Cody Kilgore, the visiting team against Sandhills Thetford this evening. Let's introduce them first. Byron Skinner is a 6-foot-tall senior in the starting lineup. Drew Farrell is a 6'1" junior, also in the starting five. Cooper Fay is next. He's a 5'9" junior. Jacob Knox, 5'10", also a junior. And Jasper Roseberry is a 6'1" sophomore to round out the starting lineup for Scott Kuhn and the Cody Kilgore Cowboys. Now for Sandhills Thetford, their starting lineup goes like this. Kyle Cox is a 5'9" sophomore. Connor Cooksley, a 5'9" senior. Carson Cooksley, also 5'9", but a sophomore. Andrew Furrow in the starting lineup. He's a 6'1" senior. Brady Dahlberg in the starting five, a 6'4" junior. Andrew Christian is the head coach of the Sandhills Thetford Knights. Should be a fun one, Grant. Glad to have you along. And folks, we've got 2 games ahead of you. We are all set up. We are streaming video on the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages. Go and check it out if you've got the ability to. Obviously, if you're driving down the road listening to the radio, we prefer that you do that rather than watch video driving down the road. But when you get home, pull it up on your TV, hit that subscribe button while you're there. We'd be glad to have you. We stream all sorts of things from the Sandhills Open Road Challenge racing in the summer to winter activities such as this right in front of us. So should be a fun time. Glad to have you here. We're about to tip things off. Brady Dahlberg shakes hands in the middle circle with Jacob Knox.
Looks like Dahlberg's got a little bit of a height advantage here on the tip.
Yeah, Dahlberg 6'4", Knox 5'10". I'm guessing he's got springs though. Dahlberg,
he almost got it.
Yeah, Knox got up there, but Dahlberg skies up, grabs it. He went for the immediate post entry, but the Knights couldn't get it to him. Kyle Cox, far side, gets it over to Furrow. Furrow surveys in the corner, now works it up to Cooksley. One dribble, tries to get it into Furrow, but it's picked off. Turnover into the hands of Cody Kilgore. Here come the Cowboys. Knox right in front of us, works it up top to Fay. Now far side. 30 seconds gone here in the first quarter. Fay with it. Up top, Farrell. Now near side to Skinner. Cody Kilgore working into their half-court offense. They kick it far side. Roseberry fires a three, left it long. Rebound pulled out of there by Connor Cooksley.
A lot of patience from Cody Kilgore, though. That's what you like to see early. It can be really easy to let nerves get advantage of you.
Dahlberg with it. High post, kicks it out to Cooksley. Connor drives. Look for a little screen, pick and roll. Now gets it off. Carson Cooksley can't get the shot to go. And on the rebound, we've got a foul called. Dahlberg comes out of there grimacing. I think this is going to be on him. One minute gone, still scoreless in this game between Sandhills Thedford and Cody Kilgore. Brady Dahlberg picks up his first. Cody Kilgore insert into the post. That's kicked out to Cooper Fay. 8-foot jumper, can't get it to fall. Carson Cooksley the rebound.
Nice little pass inside, though, to set up that pretty good look at the basket.
Carson over to Dahlberg, who cuts through the lane. Kyle Cox drives in, finds some room, lays it up and in from 5 feet out. Nice use of the glass.
Great looking bucket.
Sandhills Thedford with the 2-0 lead. Fay works it ahead to Knox. Knox wanted the entry pass. Now they swing it around near side in front of us. Skinner with it, now in the corner to Fay. Fay up to Knox. They work it around. Shot up by Roseberry. Can't get it to go. Clangs off the iron. Furrow the rebound. Connor Cooksley off and running. Stops, back up. Furrow might have got away with a walk there. Shuffle of the feet, no whistle. We play on. Connor Cooksley drives all the way through everybody and gets the score inside.
Nice looking drive, too. Determination, kind of just snuck through everyone.
Jacob Knox near side, Skinner. And they work it around to Fay. Roseberry far side. Hasn't used his dribble yet, doesn't have to, gets it off to Fay. Fay drives in, that's Knox. Now with it in the corner is Farrell. Up, high post, Jacob Knox can't get the 18-footer to fall. Kyle Cox the rebound.
They're getting good looks, they're just not quite falling yet.
Kyle Cox, everyone leaves him on the short corner, left it just long. Rebound is poked out of there by the Cowboys. Back the other direction comes Jacob Knox, misses the layup. Teammate gets it. His putback is no good, but the follow the second time by Jacob Knox falls.
At determination, they're going to pick up buckets if they can just stay strong and get in the lane.
The Cowboys dig in defensively again. Sandhills Thedford Knights with the basketball, enjoying a 4-2 lead. Nice cut inside by Cooksley. He's fouled. Can't get it to go on the feed from Furrow, but he's going to go to the free throw line.
Looks like that one's going to be on Cooper Fay, his first.
Each team with one foul as Connor Cooksley leaves the first one long. Couple of substitutions in for the Cowboys, just one in for the Knights. Ross Martindale comes into the game. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Sandhills Thedford and Coach Kristen want to talk things over. We'll step away as well. When we come back, we'll keep the first quarter rolling here on KBBN.
Anytime is a good time to buy plants because of indoor plants. The Garden Center has some rare and exciting indoor plants you need to lay eyes on. They're priced right and they're rare. Some might even call them unusual. They will satisfy your need for something new and different. They have the potting soil, creative and stylish pots, and plant displays you need too. Closed Sunday and Monday, open Tuesday to Friday 10 to 5:30 and Saturday 10 to 2. Open year-round for you, the Garden Center in Broken Bow.
Welcome back to Arnold. Early in the first quarter, only about 3 minutes gone in this one. Stepping back up to the line for his second one after the timeout is Connor Cooksley. And I believe Cody Kilgore might have even mixed up their lineup in that timeout again. Not completely sure on that. A couple of new players out there. We'll call them out as they receive the basketball. Roseberry works it around. Far side over there was Andrews. Andrews works it over to Fay, and now near side to Roseberry again. Jasper works it in the corner to Andrews. Had it knocked away. Was looking inside for Dylan Naslund. Couldn't find him. Sandhills Thedford picks it off. Now Cooksley, a three from the corner. Roseberry pulls down the air ball.
Good look at the basket. He was wide open in the corner.
Knox with it. short corner. Skip pass over to Roseberry. A jab step, spins against Cooksley, puts his shoulder down, puts it up, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, can't get the follow to go. Dahlberg pulls it down this time, and he is fouled. Well, Cody Kilgore, like you said earlier, Grant, getting inside. They're getting those inside looks that every coach wants to see. They just can't get them quite to fall off the glass.
And they're doing an excellent job of poking around the perimeter to kind of soften up those looks. They just quite aren't falling yet.
Carson Cooksley gets it into Dahlberg. And they work into their half-court offense. Maurice Robinson into the game as Kyle Cox goes all the way and scores 2 more for the Knights. Here comes Cody Kilgore looking for some scoring. They find themselves down 4 now. Skip pass over near side in front of us. Jacob Knox. That'll get the scoring going. They call it a 2, though. Foot was on the line, but that will cut into the lead either way.
It's a good-looking shot, front to back. Fortunately, his toe is just touching that line.
Cox off to Dahlberg. They work it around quickly. Robinson, now Cooksley in the corner. Now with the bounce, Carson gets it off to Dahlberg. Pump fake, back out to Carson Cooksley. Thought about the 3, now drives. The defense leaves him. He can't get the score to go. Dahlberg the follow. He's fouled on it. He'll go to the line for 2. Brady Dahlberg dominating the boards here so far in this one. Feel like I've called his name quite a bit.
Yeah, he's a big kid for sure. We noted his height in the tip-off. Makes sense to put him right under the hoop.
Brady, a couple of dribbles, puts up the first shot, gets that one to fall. He'll get another look at one. Cody Kilgore subbing in 3 new players again. They're going to keep me on my toes learning new names here. We see about everything in the broadcasts that we do throughout the year. We see coaches that go 2 deep on their bench. We've seen coaches that only go 1 deep. And in this instance, we see coaches like Coach Kuhn that use probably 8 or 9 is what we've seen so far. Cody Kilgore back in the half court, down 3, 7-4. It's a 3 put up in the corner by Andrews, who knocks it home. Parker Andrews shows he's got a stroke. We're tied at 7. Kyle Cox into the front court, stops at the top of the key, gets it off. Carson Cooksley, 1 dribble, skips it over to Robinson. Over to Connor Cooksley, chops the foot, now drives, kicks it off to Cox. Kyle drives the other way, lost his footing, controls it, and can't quite get it. Oh, now it's tossed into the hands of Robinson. Goes up for 1, can't get it to go. Weak side rebound pulled out by Brady Skinner of the Cowboys. Skinner with the ball now in the half court offensively. Cody Kilgore looking to take the lead on this possession. With it far side is Knox. Works it up to Andrews. They work it now near side over to Skinner. Brady over to Andrews. Nothing there in the short corner. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Cody Kilgore in the half court. You can already hear probably in the background Coach Kuhn saying keep it moving, keep it moving. I think in that probably 15 to 20 second span there, probably said keep it moving about 10 times. It's about every 2 to 3 seconds he wants to make sure his team remembers that, and they did just that.
They're keeping them. They're keeping Sandhill Thedford on their toes, rotating everything, trying to get those mismatches.
They're looking for the perfect shot, and they continue to search it after that inbounds on the tip out. Andrews with it far side, gets it up. Tristan Fish now near side over to Brady Skinner, works it to the short corner. It's knocked down to the hands of Jacob Knox. Will stay with the Cowboys. Baseline play coming up as Roseberry runs back in. Still come in for Parker Andrews.
Stingy defense from Sandhill Thedford. They are locked in right now.
Ball almost finds its way into the hands of Tristan Fish, but Sandhill Thedford picks it off. Cooksley into the front court, off to Cox, over to Robinson. Nice little gather in the lane, a Euro step gather. He's got some really shifty handles. The 5'8" freshman scores 2, and the lead is back to the Knights.
Quite a way to get on the board.
Here comes Cody Kilgore. I think they didn't get one shot up at the basket after their last possession, and a timeout is called on the floor. 1:30 left in the first quarter. It's a 9-7 lead for Sandhills Thedford here on KBBN and Sandhills Express Video.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts, so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
Your friends at Clank Financial are honored to help with any of your health and life insurance questions, as well as any retirement planning needs you might have. You can reach them at 872-6810. That's Clank Financial, located in downtown Broken Bow at 940 South D Street. Thank you very much to Clank Financial for helping bring you this sports broadcast. Well, it's been fun so far, Grant. These two teams seem pretty evenly matched out of the gate, kind of working into their matchup, seeing what they can take advantage of either way. We've seen outside shooting. We've seen putback rebounds. Cody Kilgore, I think, just would like to get a shot up at the basket, but Sandhill Thetford's really running them off their shots.
Yeah, the defense has been remarkable. And credit to Cody Kilgore, though, for trying to get into their offense and actually still look for those good looks instead of just chucking up wild shots.
Out of the timeout, Cowboys with the basketball in the half court right in front of us on the stage. You'll see that almost same exact angle we're looking at on the video stream. Brady Skinner over to Roseberry, now up top to Fish. Skip pass back over to Roseberry, thought about the three, now Furrow strips it away, goes behind the back, throws it ahead to Connor Cooksley, who tracks it down after some fancy dribbling. Keeps his dribble, gets it off to Cox, now Robinson. And far side to Carson Cooksley. Carson thought about baseline. They work it inside to Furrow. Furrow goes up, and the little baby hook on the far side block scores.
It's a nice little matchup for Furrow down low, too.
Roseberry for the Cowboys in the front court. Far side, Farrell. Farrell has it knocked away. Kyle Cox steals it. Here come the Knights off and running. 30 seconds left, first quarter. 11-7 lead for them. Robinson stops at the free throw line, kicks it out. Now Kyle Cox in the corner. Lob in for Cooksley. Did he find room over there? He didn't step out of bounds. Gets it off to Robinson. Carson Cooksley thought about the three, now kicks it out. Kyle Cox drives, gets to the hoop, and scores two. Cody Kilgore has not had an answer for Kyle Cox and his speed offensively.
And defensively, too. He's been all over the place.
Roseberry with it far side. One shot being called out from the Cody Kilgore bench. Brady Skinner with it, up top. Fay at the buzzer, hits the three. Nice looking shot from Cooper Fay. That's a much needed three for Cody Kilgore as we head to the second quarter. You're listening to KBBN and the Sandhills Express video stream. We'll be back with that second quarter after you hear this.
When it comes to plumbing, Scott and Colton with Studa Plumbing are proud to be your one-stop plumbing shop. They do septic pumping. Trust them, you do not want to put it off. Contact them for everything from new construction to remodels, service and drain cleaning to septic installations and sewer camera inspections. Scott and Colton are proud to support the area's student athletes by bringing you this broadcast. Contact Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
The Cattlemen's Cup Bull Sale is February 23rd at the ranch near Brewster, Nebraska. Over 65 bulls will be selling, with sires represented, including Myers, Fair and Square, Marcy's Panhandle, Sits Resilient, and more. If you're looking for bulls that are naturally sound, stout, and good-footed, don't miss the Cattlemen's Cup Bull Sale on February 23rd at the ranch near Brewster, Nebraska, starting at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. For more information, go to thecattlemenscut.com or like their Facebook page, The Cattlemen's Cut. That's quality bred on, not fed on.
Back to the action, second quarter underway. Cody Kilgore, after that big three-pointer, sending them into the second quarter by Cooper Fay. A travel is going to be called here on Jacob Knox. Again, another possession where the Cowboys don't get a shot up at the rim. I know it's probably fairly obvious, but it's very hard, Grant, typically to score points without putting shots up. Yeah. I know that that Coach Kuhn would like to see more of that as Furrow pulls for 15. Can't get it to go. Cody Kilgore pulls down the rebound. It's one and done for Sandhill Thetford. Good stop for Cody Kilgore. They work it over in the corner, now bring it around up top. Trying to fit it inside to Drew Farrell. Wasn't there, though. Kyle Cox again with the pickoff. Pulls from 10. His shot is on. He scores another two for Sandhill Thetford. Here come the Cowboys. There's a good amount of orange over there on the far side. Folks making the drive from the communities and area surrounding Cody and Kilgore all the way down here to Arnold. Cody Kilgore searching for the right shot here offensively again. Again, good crisp passes. Doing a good job looking for that shot. The struggle has been finding it against Sandhills Thetford. Now Kyle Cox going to get called for the push on this one. Trying to get around the outside of Drew Farrell to get in front of that one, but just a little bit too much body contact.
Yeah, it was a bit too aggressive. Probably could have backed off a little bit and still made a pretty decent play because we know that he's fast enough to do so.
Both of these teams setting themselves up well, playing good aggressive defense, but not committing fouls here early. That usually leads to a pretty aggressive second half. Roseberry with it, far side. Gets it over. Byron Skinner, one dribble, near side. Brady Skinner, now Roseberry on the near side. Fish all the way around. Cody Kilgore has got this offense down. Their rotations are on point.
They look really clean.
And the idea of this kind of offense is to just work it around so quickly that the defense kind of loses place of their assignment, kind of like that. Exactly. And Roseberry can't get the shot to go. Rebound pulled out of there on the miss by Sandhills Thetford. Kyle Cox into the front court, blows by his defender. They're going to call this on the floor, though, before the shot. Kyle Cox got all the way to the rim and scored, but they call it on the floor, so we'll have a baseline inbounds. That one called on Brady Skinner, his first. Baseline play, Cox, lob. Dahlberg swims through the defenders and scores two more. It's a 7-point lead. It's come slowly. Cody Kilgore needs to cut into it. Another turnover. Unready for the pass was Hand. Now a pull-up for Cooksley from the free throw line. Kyle Cox, the rebound. One dribble, kicks it out. Dahlberg now near side Cooksley. Connor attacks. Foul called on the floor. And now the fouls kind of starting to mount up the last couple of possessions for the Cowboys. And the scoring is slowed on the other end for them.
Yeah, it's just probably a matter of the pace is picked up in this second quarter, and credit Sandhills Thetford for making that happen and applying that pressure early on.
Cox gets it over to Dahlberg, but Dahlberg can't handle the pass. Let's see here. The far side official is going to say it's white basketball. Dahlberg was running back. He didn't hear a touch, but the official calls one. And will stay on the far side of the floor. Cox gets it in. Connor Cooksley lobs it. Furrow spins, shoots it, can't get it to go, and he's going to get called in the back on the rebound attempt. Andrew is a tenacious rebounder. Loves being down there in the paint on rebounds and scoring opportunities. Just got a little bit too in the back that time.
He's a huge presence in that lane.
Here come the Cowboys. Fay kicks it ahead. And they work it around the outside again. Roseberry with it far side, near side. Skinner. Byron gets it off. Parker Andrews. Now inside, Jacob Knox. And goes to throw it back out. And an over and back. Another turnover, Cody Kilgore. They're doing really good of moving the ball around. There's just one pass that comes up every now and then that trips them up.
A little bit of miscommunication on the floor as to who's guarding who as well, looks like.
Connor Cooksley in the backcourt. Now dribbles forward, brings it into the front court, hands it off Kyle Cox. Kyle Cox attacks, cut off just inside the lane, back out to Cooksley. Cooksley inside. Unable to find anything is Carson Cooksley. Back out to Connor Cooksley, and we'll see what the call is here. It's a blocking foul. One of those block charge situations. Everyone kind of on pins and needles there waiting to see which one it was going to be. But it will send Connor Cooksley to the line.
Could have gone either way. A lot of contact. Somebody fell down.
Byron Skinner with the foul, by the way, as Connor Cooksley to the free throw line. That was his first foul. Martindale comes into the game. Dahlberg will get a rest. As we approach 5 minutes to go here, second quarter, Sandhills Thetford the 8-point lead. And it will remain that as we've got a lane violation. And we'll go the other way. It was a miss either way. Only question would have been who would have rebounded it. 18-10, Sandhills Thetford over Cody Kilgore. Timeout on the floor. We'll step away as well and be right back here on KBBN and Sandhills Express Video.
BD would love for you to be part of their great team. They offer competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply online at bd.com/careers. You can also attend open interviews the first and third Wednesdays of each month in Broken Bow. BD loves supporting youth sports and the bright student athletes who work hard to compete in every contest. Remember, bd.com/careers to start your journey to being part of their great team.
Thank you to Four County Heating and Air. Owners Brian Hogg and Austin Cox serve the area with a combined 20 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They provide free estimates and 24-hour service. They'll be there for you during this cold season, and when the warm comes, they'll be there for you there as well. Call 4 County Heating and Air in Broken Bow, 872-2258. That's 4 County Heating and Air, proud sponsors of this sports broadcast. Well, both teams talk things over in the timeout. We'll see what Cody Kilgore has drawn up here. St. Hills Centford comes out in a press, full court press. Cody Kilgore, baseball pass all the way ahead and unable to handle it is Cooper Fay. That was a quick bullet off the arm of Jacob Knox. It was a good choice in pass, but it's just pretty hot, hard to handle. Carson Cooksley again facing pressure from Cody Kilgore. They're kind of sagging off a little bit. Kyle Cox takes advantage of that, now kicks it out. Martindale, 3 up, can't get it to fall. Rebound pulled out of there by the Cowboys. Cooper Fay, head full of steam, stops, top of the key, fits it over far side. Byron Skinner stops in the short corner, now works it out top. Under 5 to go here first half. Cowboys with the ball, down 8. Looks like they're having a little miscommunication on the plays. A couple of the players pointing and kind of deciding who should be cutting when. They continue to go around the outside, and on the lob attempt inside to Cooper Fay, they're going to get a foul whistled on St. Hills Centford.
I believe that would be on Carson Cooksley from the looks of it. A lot of the pace is kind of slowed down for Cody Kilgore offensively. They haven't had really they've been in a scoring drought, so I'm sure that takes a bit of the steam out of what they're trying to do.
Cody Kilgore back in the half court after the inbounds. Got to think here eventually the Cowboys, you know, they're looking for that 100% quality shot. Kind of got to start looking at the basket on these maybe 60 or 70% quality shots in order to give yourself an opportunity to score as we have a kick ball.
Let's say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure that saying applied to basketball, but it works in this instance. Cody Kilgore back in the half court. Brady Skinner with it. Gets it. Jacob Knox, the high-low look, and he get a score. Jasper Roseberry on the nice feed, and that's the shot they were looking for, layup. Carson Cooksley tries to go coast to coast, is fouled. Cody Kilgore going to make him earn those points from the free throw line. That foul on Jacob Knox, his first. Cooksley to the free throw line again. Gets the first one to go. In for St. Hills Centford comes Carson Cooksley. Kyle Cox will get a rest. So it's Connor Cooksley, Carson Cooksley, Andrew Furrow, Martindale, and Maurice Robinson all out there for St. Hills Centford as Cooksley goes 2 of 2. And Cody Kilgore turns it over as Roseberry threw it at the feet of Brady Skinner. Tough to handle those passes when you're running full steam ahead up the floor. Carson gets it in. Martindale going to be fouled. They're going to call Brady Skinner in the back here. They've been consistent with that call. Kind of like we were talking at points last night, one of those situations where you're not surprised to see that not called in some games. But in this one, they've set the precedence that they're going to make that call in the back, and they've been consistent with it. Ross Martindale to the line. Can't get it to go. That was a bonus situation. It's one and done for the free throw line for Sandhills Thetford. They fall back on defense. 3 put up by Cooper Fay, and he hits it. That's a big 3 points, and we've got ourselves a 5-point game despite the scoring drought put on by Cody Kilgore recently. A give and go.
Wow.
Connor Cooksley can't get it to go. It's a charge. And we'll come back the other direction. Connor had a head full of steam the other direction, gave it to Furrow, who gave it right back to him as he had all of the momentum. And it's drawn by Cody Kilgore, who turns it right back over. This little bit of pressure that Sandhills Thetford's applying has caused Cody Kilgore some problems.
Forcing him to make those really, really hot passes.
Connor Cooksley with the bounce over the timeline. Beats his man, kicks it out Furrow, and gets it right back. 3:15 to go first half. 5-point lead for the Knights. Furrow inside, fakes the pass, scores from about 7 feet out. Nifty looking pass fake there from Andrew Furrow. Cody Kilgore gets it ahead. Now they're in the half court with 3 to go first half. Fish with it, short corner, puts his elbow down, can't get it. Kicks it out. Cooper Fay drives in. The hesitation, can't score. Rebound pulled out of there, but unable to get it on the follow was Drew Farrell. Back the other way we come. Martindale out to Cooksley. Cooksley, short corner. Jumper gets the angle from the deep short corner, essentially on the baseline. Finds it for 2. Now the Cowboys have numbers, and Fish runs the court very well, and Tristan scores 2 to answer. And now we're trading buckets all of a sudden. Robinson into the front court, lost the basketball, recovers it, but they call the over and back as he dribbles on the half-court line. Turnover back to Cody Kilgore.
Cooper Fay stood really strong there in that one-on-one situation. Poked the ball away a little bit and caused that.
Cody Kilgore trails 24-17. They want to cut into that here before half. They've got 2:15 to do so. Dahlberg strips it away. Brady Dahlberg trying to go coast to coast, loses it. Kyle Cox picks it up, gets it off. Cooksley, 3 up, can't get it to fall. Here comes Cody Kilgore. Man is back, and they just miss him. Jacob Knox was back wide open, and Byron Skinner threw it too far in front of him, and it's another turnover for the Cowboys.
Most of them would come off of those really ambitious passes, too.
I like the aggression, but I know that Coach Kuhn doesn't like the turnovers. Post-to-post pass, Kyle Cox to Brady Dahlberg, scores 2 for Sandhills Thetford. Under 2 to go here first half. 9-point lead, Sandhills Thetford, and we've got a foul called. They're going to get Maurice Robinson on this foul. Cody Kilgore back in the half court. Fouls, after being pretty slow in the first quarter, have picked up for both teams here in the second. 6 fouls for Sandhills Thetford, 8 for Cody Kilgore as the Cowboys look to inbound it. Fish with it, heels near half court, gets it over to Byron Skinner. Skinner calls out a play. Roseberry to Fish, now Skinner far side. Byron to Roseberry. Now to Andrews and Fish in the corner. Roseberry pulls for 3, hits for 3. Cody Kilgore's 3-point shooting is keeping them in this one. It's a 6-point lead now for Sandhills Thetford. Dahlberg on the lob. He goes up, scores it, count it, and the harm. He'll go to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play. Nice looking lob for Brady Dahlberg.
It's like Byron Skinner's picked up his second there.
Dahlberg's free throw falls. So we go 3 points from behind the line over on the Cody Kilgore side, and then we go 3 points with the hoop and harm way with Brady Dahlberg for Sandhills Thetford the other way. And now with 1:15 to go, we get things reset, and the Cowboys are back in the half court with just over a minute to go. Fish with it over to Roseberry, now far side to Jacob Knox. Back to Fish, pass fake, far side, Andrews can't, he does get the 3 to go. It bounced high in the air and fell back through. It's a 6-point game again.
And that's his second of the half.
Connor Cooksley drives, puts up the shot through contact, can't get it to go. Roseberry the big rebound 45 seconds to go for Cody Kilgore. Kyle Cox, tough defense on Drew Farrell, and we've got a foul as Farrell drives. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Farrell. Brady Dahlberg draws it.
He stood really tall, knew the drive was coming, and just said, I'm going to take this one for the team.
40 seconds to work with as we approach halftime. Sandhill Centford wants to break 30 points on this trip. Kyle Cox brings it up. Roseberry picks him up. Kyle off to Carson Cooksley. Carson holds it there, now gets a screen from Martindale. Looks at him, kicks it off. Kyle Cox steps into a three, hits the three. Big 3 points for Sandhill Centford late here in the first half. Cody Kilgore, 15 seconds. Fish up top. They work it around far side. Roseberry drives, fouled on the shot. Can't get it to go, but he'll earn a couple from the line. Big free throws coming up here as it's back to a 9-point lead late in the first half. Jasper Roseberry, the 6'1" sophomore, has his hands all over this game. He's hit from inside. He's hit from outside as well. First one doesn't fall from him for the line. A couple of things get sorted out with the scorers table. A couple of laps are exchanged, and Roseberry will now get a look at his second, as we had 6 players on the floor for a moment for the Knights. Would have been quite the advantage for the final 12 seconds. Roseberry throws up the second one, goes 0 of 2 that time around. Now off we run with Maurice Robinson. Robinson out to Kyle Cox, drives, shoots, scores! Count it! And the harm, he'll go to the line with 5 seconds left. Roseberry does not agree. I don't think the foul was on him, though. So I think maybe the frustration may be coming with a teammate rather than the officiating.
Yeah, it looks like Cooper Fay picked up that foul, his second.
Kyle Cox can't finish it, though. We go the other way. Cooper Fay, timeline, over to Fish, close up the three. Can't get it to go at the buzzer. It would have counted. It's an 11-point lead after all of that. Sandhill Centford, the 34-23 lead over Cody Kilgore. We'll take a timeout, let Grant add up the numbers. When we come back, he'll pass them along to you here on KBBN and Sandhills Express Video.
Consolidated Companies is a proud sponsor of our student athletes. Everyone wants to get to the events and cheer on their students, but sometimes you just can't. Keeping up to date on all the local sports is hard to do, but Consolidated super-fast broadband can change that. Find all the latest information on local school and broadcast channel web pages, along with news and weather. For more information, call Consolidated at 1-800-742-7464. Plus, look for them now on Facebook, facebook.com/Consolidated Companies.
Ewald's Grocery is your local community connection for high-quality foods, friendly service, and great prices. Everyone at Ewald's Grocery takes pride in their community, and they appreciate your business. With over 80 years of business, they're honored and privileged to serve the local community. They're big supporters of the Sandhill Centford Knights and love every opportunity they get to cheer on their hard work and dedication. Ewald's Grocery in Thetford, sponsors of this sports broadcast.
Sandhill Oil Company is a family-owned business that has provided quality fuels and services for 3 generations. With 3 convenient locations in Thetford, Hyannis, and Valentine, they've served the Sandhills since 1961 with propane delivery, pipeline installation, quality Sinclair fuels, and the Dynomart, open 7 days a week. Experience a team that cares about your fuel, irrigation, and more. Sandhill Oil Company.
Midwest Partitions Incorporated in Thetford would like to take this opportunity to salute all of the student athletes in the area who are working hard to prepare for every contest of the season. Through all the hard work and determination you show, you are setting a foundation for a successful future after high school. Good work from Midwest Partitions, delivering expertise, efficiency, and execution. Midwest Partitions Incorporated in Thetford.
The Spur in Dunning is open, and they are so excited to serve you at their family-ran business. You can stop by and fuel up your tank or fuel yourself up with food or drink. The Bar and Grill is open daily next door to the gas station. Keep up with their Facebook page for daily specials. The Grill is open Monday to Thursday 7 to 8, weekends 7 to 9, and Sunday 11 to 2 for a buffet. The station is open 7 to 6 on Sundays, though. Stop in for drinks. They stay open as long as you're there. Call ahead 308-538-2251. The Spur in Dunning.
We've got spirit, yes we do. We've got spirit, how about you? Here at Nebraska State Bank, we've got school spirit. Introducing mascot debit cards from Nebraska State Bank. Now you can go to your local NSB branch and request a new debit card for your favorite high school team. The Broken Bow Indians, South Loop Bobcats, and Selma Murrah debit cards are available by instant issue. You'll only pay $10, and the entire amount will be passed along to your school. It's a win-win situation, right? Take your school pride to the next level at Nebraska State Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Scott Harvey is your local Thrivent financial representative, named one of the world's most ethical companies for the 10th year in a row. They believe in serving their clients with excellence and integrity. Thrivent helps clients achieve financial clarity so they can live lives with meaning and gratitude. Call 308-872-2511 to learn how Scott can help you reach your goals. That's Thrivent Financial. Scott Harvey, your local representative, sponsors of this sports broadcast. Grant's getting some of the final numbers added up. While he's completing that, we'll take a look again at the boys tournament bracket. Games happening over on the other side of the bracket include the 3 seed taking on the 6 seed. That game in progress right now. Haven't been able to track down a score update on that one. If there's anyone out there that has my phone number that knows what the score is of that game right now, I would take your text message. Hyannis and Sandhills Valley, that game going on right now in Mullen. And then it's the 2 seed and hosting Mullen Broncos facing the 7 seed Brady. That game happening later on this evening following the first of 2 on that side of the bracket. Brady earning the right to play the 2 seed Mullen with their victory on Saturday against 10 seed and Selma Murrah. They got the victory in that one 63-42. Right here, it's Sandhills Semford and Cody Kilgore. That's the matchup we are at the half of right now. To follow tonight, Grant will have the call of South Loop facing Arthur. Right now, let's welcome Grant back in. He's got a look at your halftime numbers.
Certainly, we've got him close to figured out. Kyle Cox leads all scorers tonight so far with 13 points, including a 3. Connor Cooksley's got 4 points. Andrew Furrow's got 6. Brady Dahlberg's got his 8, and Maurice Robinson has a deuce as well. For Cody Kilgore, your Cowboys, Tristan Fish has 4, it looks like. Cooper Faye's got 6 points, both coming off of 3s. Jacob Knox has a pair as well as a 3. Parker Andrews has 6 points, both coming off of 3s. And Jasper Roseberry's got a 3 and a 2 himself for 5 points. The Sandhills Thedford Knights have rebounded the ball 7 times, while Cody Kilgore has rebounded the ball 11 times, but they have turned the ball over 13 times to Sandhills Thedford's once.
Certainly one of those different percentages that coaches want to see go the other way. You know, you typically want to have more rebounds than turnovers, but that gives you something to talk about at halftime. Imagine if every basketball team went out there and played a perfect half. What in the world would coaches talk about in the locker room?
That's right. How would they get their anger worked up?
Exactly. So about 4.5 minutes away from the third quarter, it's a 34-23 lead for Sandhills Thedford in this one. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll talk about the second half in front of us, and we'll give you a preview of the rest of the week here at KBBN Radio as well as Sandhills Express Video. We've got MNAC girls action that's going to be coming to you later on this week, and of course we'll cover more boys action as well. We'll talk about it coming up after this.
The Grocery Cart is proud to bring you this sports broadcast. The case is always full of delicious food you can have right away, or talk to the staff about your upcoming event and they'll make food for you. There's a wide selection of salads, and don't forget Chester's chicken buckets and strips. If the occasion calls for a cake, you can have it decorated how you'd like. Call the GK Deli at 872-2206 or stop by inside the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
Government-guaranteed loans have great advantages to propel you towards starting your business or selling your business, including long-term fixed interest rates, 30-year repayment terms, and limited down payment or equity requirements, and blue sky funding. The list of what they can be used for is even longer. Custer Federal State Bank has the solutions and programs to make your vision a reality. Talk to their lending team today. Custer Federal State Bank, member FDIC.
Ag producers, if you are looking to save money and secure spring seed, Arrow Seed is offering early booking and early pay discounts on alfalfa, summer annual forages, and more. Order your alfalfa by February 10th and save 5%. Pay for it at that time and you will save an additional 6%. Save even more with quantity discounts. Order your Arrow Seed forages by February 10th and save 5%. Discounts also available on oats, other small grains, and peas too. See your local Arrow Seed dealer or visit arrowseed.com to see how you can save money on your spring seed needs.
When your car gets dented, dinged, smashed, or smacked, the last thing you should have to worry about is it being in the right hands to get it fixed. When you choose Rod's Body and Paint in Broken Bow, your vehicle will leave their shop looking great. Don't forget, Rod can also help you with those windshield chips. Take care of them before they get worse and cost you more money. If your windshield already needs replaced, they can do that too. Rod's Body and Paint on the curb, west of Broken Bow.
Team Physical Therapy is happy to help bring you this broadcast. Did you know that we can treat you right in your home if you are not able to come into our clinic? We provide balance assessments and treatments, education on improving home safety, caregiver education, and evidence-based one-on-one care. These services are available out of all 5 of our locations in Broken Bow, Callaway, Kearney, Burwell, and Gothenburg. Call us to learn more at 872-5111 for Team Physical Therapy. That's 872-5111.
The student athletes you're cheering on during this broadcast practice and study in order to get their competition and schoolwork done right. At Trotter Service, they do the same, except with your vehicle repairs. Whether you need a new battery, brake work and alignment, tires, wheels, or an overhaul, trust their auto repair specialists to tackle the job. Don't forget bulk oil and fuel delivery and on-the-farm tire truck service too. Proud to help bring you this broadcast, Trotter Service in Broken Bow.
Welcome back to Arnold as we get ready for the second half between Cody Kilgore and St. Hills Thetford. Let's take a look at what's going on the girls bracket. That coverage will continue on Thursday in the places you're watching and listening at this very moment. In games that were played out at Sandhills on Monday in Dunning, St. Hills Thetford getting the victory on their home floor, 41-21 over Arthur to get a berth in the semifinals. Mullen falling to Twin Loop 41-35 in that one. The Lady Wolves advanced to face St. Hills Thetford. That will be a 1 versus 5 matchup. On the other side of the bracket, Grant and I were at Anselmo Myrna High School as the number 2 seed Anselmo Myrna fell to the 7 seed Sand Hills Valley. That's probably the upset of the tournament as far as seeding goes so far. Sand Hills Valley in the semifinals, as is South Loop, the number 3 seed, looking strong as ever in the girls bracket, getting the 45-16 victory there. So your semifinalists that will continue play on the radio and video stream from North Platte on Thursday in the girls bracket are St. Hills Thetford, St. Hills Valley, South Loop, and Twin Loop. It's the Sandhills and the Loops. I just realized that. It's the Loop Sandhills tournament over there on the girls' side of things. The boys' tournament getting all figured out here in Arnold today on one half of the bracket, the other half of the bracket taking place in Mullen. We're underway. Kyle Cox drives all the way in. Wow, that was quick. The hoop and the harm. He wants an and one play out of the gate. Only 8 seconds have gone off the clock. Cody Kilgore showing that they're having trouble recovering defensively against the speed of Kyle Cox, and when they are recovering, they're committing fouls on the back end. Cox completes the three-point play. That was the first foul, by the way, on Jasper Roseberry. Roseberry runs back with his teammates. Cody Kilgore on the offensive side. They lose the ball, turn it over. Carson Cooksley, baseball pass ahead to Furrow. It's knocked down to there by Cody Kilgore. Fish brings it up. Dribbles into the corner. 30 seconds gone here in the third. 14-point lead for St. Hills Thetford. Kyle Cox knocks it out of there. Runs forward, gets it to Brady Dahlberg. can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, goes back up with it, can't get the follow to go, and Kyle Cox brings it out of there again. Furrow, inside out look. Kyle Cox drives in, gets to the hoop, can't get it over the front of the rim. Furrow fighting for the rebound, but it's knocked into the hands of the Cowboys, and I believe Knox is going to be fouled. We'll just see who it's on.
I think Knox is whistled for the foul.
Well, I think it's Kyle Cox that got whistled for the foul.
Yes, Kyle Cox got whistled for the foul.
Kyle Cox fouled Knox. And we go back to Cody Kilgore. Roseberry with it, gets it up top. Cooper Fay works it around. Fish in the corner. Thought about the three, now works it up top to Fay. Fay uses his dribble over to Roseberry, now in the corner to Andrews. Parker gets it over to Roseberry. A foul is called on the follow by Fish. And it's going to be against Fish, who pulled down that rebound. So it was for a reason, as they say Fish used a foul to gain that position. His second. Cox over far side. Carson Cooksley, no look pass to Dahlberg, can't track it down. Cooper Fay with it for the Cowboys. Fay into the front court, head full of steam, drives all the way. No one stops him. Reverse layup, didn't need to do the reverse. Just decided to increase the difficulty. No one was on either side of the basket. That's a free 2 points for Cody Kilgore. Cooksley over to Kyle Cox. Kyle drives in, stops, 10-foot jumper, can't get it. He gets the rebound. One of the shortest players on the floor is consistently out-rebounding Cody Kilgore. Connor Cooksley up to Furrow. Furrow surveys now near side to Kyle Cox. Into Brady Dahlberg, tries to look for Furrow. Kind of panicked a little bit on that one, throws it away. Fay the other direction, can't get it to fall, but a foul is called, a blocking foul. I believe Fay will earn a couple of trips to the line.
It'll be a foul on Connor Cooksley, it looks like.
Cooksley second. Fay's first one doesn't fall. Robinson and Martindale into the game for St. Hills Thetford. Coming in for Cody Kilgore is the starter, Byron Skinner. All other lineup changes stay the same. I guess they wouldn't technically be changes then. All other lineup positions stay the same as Cooper Fay knocks down the second, goes 1 of 2 that trip from the charity stripe. Kyle Cox in the front court. May have got away with a walk there as he feeds it down to Furrow. Furrow, the little baby hook again. We've seen that a couple of times. He scores 2. Nice snag inside, unable to get the shot to go. Jacob Knox, and we've got a big collision on the fight for the rebound. And big collisions typically mean fouls being called. This one happens to be on Parker Andrews.
His first of the evening.
39-26 is the lead for St. Hills Thetford. Cody Kilgore digs in on defense, trying to not allow that 40th point. Kyle Cox drives in, Euro step, scores 2 more. Nice looking offense from Kyle Cox. Back come the Cowboys the other way. Roseberry with it up top, hasn't used his dribble, throws it over, and just an unforced error there. Unable to control the off pass was Byron Skinner. It was catchable, but it wasn't as on target as it could have been either. When it's all said and done, it's Cowboys turnover, back to the Knights. We approach 5 to go here, third quarter, 41-26 the lead for St. Hills Thetford. Maurice Robinson stops, was looking for Furrow, but Furrow wasn't there. It's turnover, back to Cody Kilgore. We're off and running. Drew Farrell drives in, puts up the shot, can't get it to go, lots of contact. Rebound by Fay, slap back by Furrow, big block, and now a foul is committed on Furrow by Fay. Lots going on down there. And a big block by Andrew Furrow was right smack dab in the middle of it. He basically threw that thing down at the pine. Under 5 to go here, third quarter. It's a 41-26 lead for the Knights. Robinson with it far side. Maurice looks inside, now gets it up. Connor Cooksley near side to Martindale. Ross drives in, lost his dribble, kicks it out. Connor Cooksley, one chop, tries to get it into Furrow, but it's turned over. Holding it up, it's Knox. And Jacob was looking for his teammate Brady Skinner, but it was last off Cody Kilgore, out of bounds, turned over to the Knights. It's timeout taken on the floor.
It's just that sloppy passing again that's kind of getting the ball away from Cody Kilgore. It looks like they're getting ahead of themselves in terms of what they want to do offensively. And you know that's something Coach Kuhn probably touched on at halftime.
Yeah, they're trying to cut into that lead by getting up the floor quickly and getting quick looks at baskets, trying to beat that tough Sandhills Thedford defense up the court, but it's causing them to turn it over more, which, you know, just obviously kind of feeds into what your opponent wants to do anyway. So Coach Kuhn talking to his squad, as is Coach Kristen, and they'll come out on the floor after the 30-second timeout. We've still got about a quarter and a half to figure out here before we go to our next matchup. Those of you tuning in early, South Loop and Arthur County will be the second contest of the evening. Grant will have that one for you on the radio and video stream. Robinson with it far side, looks inside at Furrow, now works it around, and we've got a foul called. Kyle Cox was upset initially, and then the official points the other direction, and then he was not upset very quickly. I think he was going to be shocked at that one, and the Cowboys were shocked that they were going to get the call initially, but then they were like, oh, okay, that makes sense, when they flipped it around the other way. Quite the burst of emotion from about everybody on the floor for a second. Connor Cooksley fouled as he drives in, getting caught with his hand in the cookie jar as Brady Skinner for Cody Kilgore had his arm right across the forearm of Cooksley.
It's going to be the third on Brady.
4:14 to go, third quarter. Connor Cooksley to the charity stripe. Can't get the first one to fall as Fish will come in for Skinner. Cooksley receives the ball again. Throws up the second shot. This one hits all nylon to make it 42 points, Sandhills Thedford. Quickly we go the other direction. Byron Skinner. Over and around to Roseberry, now far side to Fish. Fish, couple of jab steps, goes baseline, cut off there. Looking for Andrews. Robinson stepped in front of the passing lane but dribbled it on the baseline. Will stay with the Cowboys. Inbounds, Cody Kilgore, far side, Farrell. Over, a three put up and in by Roseberry. How many of those has he hit, Grant?
That's only his second of the night, actually. But they've come
Feels
at
like
big
a lot
moments.
more, but yeah, they've come at big moments. Kyle Cox, triple teamed, puts up a shot in traffic and is fouled. He is not dismayed by having several people around him. And we hear coaches at all levels saying when you get down in that block area, just go up. Try to buy that whistle. And Kyle Cox does a great job of that a lot of times. Left the free throw short. Third foul on Byron Skinner shown up on the board. As a couple more substitutions come in. In for Cody Kilgore. Cash Cooper making his first appearance. Also saw Dylan Nashland come into the game. 0 for 2 for Kyle Cox this trip down. Drew Farrell into the front court. Farrell all the way around the outside. And Robinson going to get caught for the foul. A little bit too much contact on Jasper Roseberry, who was looking for it in the short corner. It'll be an inbound. By the way, 7 fouls have been committed here in the third quarter and second half already by Cody Kilgore, so it's free throws the rest of the way for Sandhills Thedford. Roseberry with the bounce, kicks it all the way around, and now we sit on the far side with Farrell. Drew surveys, back to Roseberry. Now we work around in the corner near side to Cash Cooper. Cody Kilgore back in their offense, working the perimeter, looking for something inside, looking for that 100% shot. Roseberry over to Andrews, pulls up the three, can't get it to go. Carson Cooksley the rebound. Here come the Knights. Cooksley, eyes up, jump stop. Furrow leans in, puts up the shot, can't get it to go over Roseberry, who pulls down the miss. Roseberry, the dribble, holds it up, over to Farrell. Now Andrews, back to Roseberry. And we play catch again with the Cowboys. 2:45 to go, third quarter. They trail 42-29.
Catch probably isn't such a bad thing now as they're actually settling into what got them consistent points in the first half, and that's working the ball around the perimeter.
Andrews drives baseline, shoots from 5 and scores. Nice looking offense there from Cody Kilgore. Andrews puts the ball on the floor and Parker scores. Sandhill Thedford quickly back into their offense, almost looking like they're taking a page out of Cody Kilgore's book, working it around outside. Cooksley over to Martindale, tries to go in quickly to Furrow, it's slapped back to him. Kyle Cox up top, Cash D's him up, and as Kyle Cox goes for the drive, he's fouled. That'll be the third on Naslund. Kyle Cox, same as last time, left that one short on the first of 2 attempts. No substitutions. That might be the first time no substitutions have happened during a free throw. And Kyle Cox again 0 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 minutes to go here, third quarter. Left to right, Cody Kilgore works the ball. 3 put up, almost made from deep distance by Farrell. Rebound Knights. Kyle Cox ahead into the front court. 1:45 to go here, third quarter. Connor Cooksley near side. Connor drives, pulls from 10. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Naslund. Drew Farrell into the front court. Drew over to Andrews. He pulls, left it long. Farrell the rebound, goes back up with it and scores off the glass. And now this is getting interesting. It's 42-33 after a couple of scores from the Cowboys. Cooksley over to Cooksley. Now it's Kyle Cox near side. Lobs it inside to Furrow. Furrow cut off on the baseline. Has the ball knocked off of him, but a good job goes up in the air. Throws it off the front of a Cody Kilgore player who was in front of him. Not only that, but he threw it off of the chest of a guy that was turned away from him. Lob into Dahlberg, who's into the contest. Kyle Cox controls it, off to Furrow. Looks for Brady Dahlberg. Bad pass decision. Dahlberg had 2 players in front of him. Now Farrell the other way. Andrews pulls for 3. Can't get it to go. Weak side rebound. Not controlled. But it goes out of bounds and will stay with Cody Kilgore. Having his hands right on it was Carson Cooksley. Just couldn't pull it in. 9-point game. 42-33. Cody Kilgore fighting their way back into this one. Naslund over to Cash. And around to Andrews. Back up top and over to Cooper. Cash Cooper looks around, has it poked away. Will stay with the Cowboys. 41.8 on the third quarter clock. Cody Kilgore inbounds it. Back in the game, Cooper Fay drives. A foul and a blocking foul called. They'll count it and the harm. So now here come the Cowboys even more. Cooper Fay checks into the game, gets the baseline drive, scores 2, and wants another one at the line. Misses the free throw. Connor Cooksley the rebound, head full of steam, works up the far sideline, waits for his teammates to catch up. Thought about stepping into a 3, now gets it into Dahlberg. Brady kicks it out. Kyle Cox wants a play from Coach Kristen. 22 seconds left. Wouldn't be surprised to see just one shot here from the Knights in this one. And the high-low look, Furrow to Brady Dahlberg is a turnover. And the turnover bug has been caught by the Sandhill Thedford Knights.
Or it's been dropped.
Yeah, that too, yeah. It's been caught or dropped. Cody Kilgore back in offense. Driving in. Farrell can't find anyone. Kicks it off. Roseberry drives, lost it, pulls up, puts up the shot. Can't get it to hit. The throw up at the buzzer just before it. 1/10 of a second before it by Andrews doesn't fall. It's going to have to be a catch and shoot by Cody Kilgore on the baseline inbound. No dribble. No time for it. Andrews lobs it in. Fay touches the ball and time essentially expires. 1/10. It's got to be a play at the rim, and it was not. We head to the fourth quarter. Sandhills Thedford leading at 42-35. This one has become a tighter contest than it was not that long ago. Come back. You're listening to KBBN and watching Sandhills Express Video.
The chilly season is here. No need to be wearing a stocking hat inside. Talk to them at Mead Lumber in Broken Bow and get your home's insulation upgraded. Not only will you keep the cold outside in the winter, you'll also have a more efficient, clean, and healthy home. At Mead Lumber, they do their very best to accommodate you with information on your project. Check out the awesome resources they offer at meadlumber.com as well. Mead Lumber in Broken Bow. Visit them today on East Highway 2.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
When everything changes for you, visit Shelter Agent Brent Custer.
Well, it wasn't that long ago, Grant, that this was a much larger lead for Sandhills Thedford. Some turnovers on offense for them and some buckets for their opponent, and Cody Kilgore's right back in this one.
Yeah, there's been some huge opportunities for Cody Kilgore, and they just turned the ball over.
They did turn the ball over, and Andrew Furrow takes it the distance to score 2. That's how the Knights want to open the fourth quarter. Farrell with it, over to Roseberry, now up top to Fay. Cooper Fay lost it. Kyle Cox, head full of steam, dribbles in, lets a defender go by, can't score, and Fay pulls down the rebound. Head full of steam for him again. Carson Cooksley matches his speed, whips it over. Roseberry drives in, can't get the score. Nice looking shot off of the glass though. Did everything but get it to go through the net. Connor Cooksley, short corner, cut off, up to Kyle Cox. Steps in, over to Dahlberg, now Carson Cooksley. Carson, one dribble, and back around to the other side we go. 1 minute gone here in the fourth quarter. 9-point lead for Sandhills Thedford. Carson Cooksley, the turnaround, can't get it to fall. Roseberry, the Cowboys rebound.
Bit of tempo to kick off this fourth quarter.
I'd say Sandhills Thedford, usually a team that likes to slow teams down and get into their half-court offense. They've been picking things up. Roseberry steps back and hits a three-pointer. It's 44-38. Here comes Cody Kilgore. Carson Cooksley, it is Carson Cooksley. Over to Connor Cooksley, who gives it back to Carson. Now Connor and Kyle Cox. Furrow in the corner in front of us. Furrow drives, puts up a shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound pulled out of there by Andrews. Here comes Cody Kilgore, Cooper Fay with the bounce. Up top to Farrell. Now over, far side, and now near side. And we play catch. Cody Kilgore back in that offensive set they like. Andrews, 15-footer, can't get it to hit. Rebound pulled out of there by Connor Cooksley. Under 6 to go. Connor Cooksley in the front court, cut off by Farrell, gets it to Furrow. Back out to Cooksley. He now attacks, puts his head down, can't get it to score, and we go the other way. Like the no call there on the drive, by the way. Defender set up a wall. I believe that was Andrews. Cooksley ran into him. They both kind of bounced off each other. The shot went up cleanly, and the official didn't blow the whistle. I like that no call a lot. You folks on the video stream saw what happened. I tried to describe it to you for those of you on the radio, and I hope I see more officiating like that as we go later on into this one, because things are really starting to tighten up now.
Absolutely, and you've got one team that's in the bonus already, so they're going to be at the line. Maybe just let them play a little bit of physical basketball.
That team will be Sandhills Thedford, as Cody Kilgore has committed 8 fouls. They really cleaned things up. A lot of those fouls were committed early in the third quarter, and then the fouling kind of slowed down for them. This was a 42-35 game at the end of the third quarter. I wish I would have written down the score that we had at the mid-third quarter point, because it was quite the deficit. It was well into the double digits. Cody Kilgore has fought back. Knox looking for a drive. And Jacob has it tied up. Possession arrow will send it the other way back to Sandhills Thedford. 5:29 to go here, fourth quarter. First game has been a fun one. Back and forth at times. Both teams have had streaks of scoring as well. Cox into the front court. Off to Robinson, who's into the game. Robinson with the bounce, stops at the free throw line, trying to get it into Dahlberg. Now over to Cox. Dribbles back out to Martindale, now Robinson. Martindale and Robinson spend a lot of time on the floor together as Dahlberg traveled with it, looking for a teammate. And Cody Kilgore will look to take advantage of that turnover.
This could potentially be a huge possession.
Byron Skinner picked up by Robinson. Kicks it over near side. Fay works it around. Now back out to Knox. Under 5 to go here, fourth quarter. 6-point lead for Sandhills Thedford as a foul is called on Kyle Cox. Got a little too handsy. Got caught doing it.
That looks like it's going to be his third.
Skinner, left to right. Gets it off inside. Naslin all the way outside to Knox. Drives, puts the pressure on the Sandhills Thedford defense, and we'll see who this one is on. If this is on Kyle Cox, it'll be his fourth, and it is. With 4:40 to go here in the fourth quarter, Coach Christian, with his hands on his hips, he's going to lose his main ball handler and aggressor on both offense and defense. He's going to have to put him to the bench to prevent him fouling out of this contest as Knox knocks home the first one. Connor Cooksley comes in. And Knox goes 2 of 2, gets the second one to roll home, and it's a 4-point contest. We're all in the 40s now. Near side, Connor Cooksley off to Dahlberg. Dahlberg surveys, now back to Cooksley. No dribbles yet. Now there's the first dribble from Furrow in the block. Out to Connor Cooksley. The defensive intensity has ramped up for Cody Kilgore, and the feed from Cooksley goes to Dahlberg on the fast cut. Brady gets the hoop and the harm. He wants to score a third at the line.
Fourth on Naslin.
Haven't seen too much of Dylan Naslin. And about every time that we've mentioned he gets a foul, it's at a point in the game where you don't want to have that many fouls. So he'll run back on defense, remains in the contest as Dahlberg completes the three-point play. Farrell works it up time to Knox. Knox drives left to right, and a moving screen. Naslin just fouled out of the game.
Looks to be that way.
Excuse me, that's Trey Hand that's in the game. Trey Hand brings up his first. He and Naslin, I think they could be twins. Those of you that are Cody Kilgore fans, I'm a guy that's never laid eyes on Trey or Dylan, but when you don't catch them subbing in for each other, they kind of look similar as Furrow hits the free throw line jumper. Hesitated for a moment, put it up anyway, and scored two. Nice looking shot from Andrew. And it's a 9-point game again. Deep three put up by Fay. Misses everything, and we'll go back the other way. Here comes the full court press from the Cowboys again. Connor Cooksley. Just a little bit of token pressure as everyone clears out. 3:45, Cooksley into the free throw line. Dribbles it out. Furrow thought about the three. Inside to Dahlberg. Dahlberg can't handle it. Turnover into the hand of Farrell. Drew Farrell brings it up. Gets it over to Knox. Knox, far side, all the way around to Roseberry. One dribble, and Cody Kilgore goes the other way. Now Fay in the corner. 3:26 to go, and Robinson going to get called for a foul. And Kyle Cox coming back in. Carson Cooksley as well. Coach Kristen electing to bring back Kyle Cox with 4 fouls at the 3:25 mark. No doubt the message has been sent to Kyle to not be handsy and aggressive. And going to the line is Parker Andrews for Cody Kilgore. Knocks home the first. And we'll take a look at a second, as now in the bonus, by the way, is Cody Kilgore. So every foul, either way, we're going to see free throws for either of these teams. Parker Andrews, second shot, falls as well. Back to a 7-point game. Connor Cooksley lost it momentarily, now picks it up. 3:20 to go, fourth quarter. Dahlberg, top of the key, now far side, Kyle Cox. Kyle holds up, drives baseline, cut off. Now looking, gets it off to Connor Cooksley. Cooksley over to Carson. Carson Cooksley with 3 to go. We work deeper into the possession. Brady Dahlberg can't handle it. Those entry passes have been trouble for Sandhills Thedford lately. Cody Kilgore has been picking them off. Back the other way. A shot put up by Jacob Knox. Can't get it to fall. Rebound pulled out of there by Kyle Cox. And a foul is going to be called on Jacob Knox, who didn't shuffle the feet fast enough. And we'll have free throws on the other end. Kyle Cox already waiting at the stripe. South Loop fans starting to trickle into the Arnold Gym here. They'll be facing Arthur County in the next one as Kyle Cox's first free throw falls out. And they're catching the end of a pretty good game in front of there, so they're getting some extra action for that admission. Dahlberg can't pull down. Now he does pull down the miss and follows up Kyle Cox, who goes 0 of 2 that trip from the line. And a timeout is taken on the floor. 2:40 to go here, fourth quarter. It's a 51-42 lead for Sandhills Thedford over Cody Kilgore.
The Lawn Pro is moving, but don't worry. They'll continue to offer their great services such as fertilizer, weed, and bare ground programs. Plus, they'll help you with grass seedings during the spring and fall seasons. Their new shop will be at their house. The address is 2056 North 9th Avenue. A handy payment drop box will be out front. Their phone number's changing too. It's now 308-870-1762. A couple of changes, but the same great service from A to Z Lawn Pro.
Septic emergencies are right up there on the list of worst emergencies to have.
Absolutely.
The next time you're facing one, give Squires Septic Service a call. 870-0717. He's ready to take your call 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
His sewer camera can find problems fast to save you money. Plus, he can clear drains with Roto-Rooter or Jetter. Oh, and Gary has Porta units too. Squires Septic Service of Myrna. 870-0717. Don't wait to call until it's too late.
Absolutely not.
Welcome back to Arnold. 2:40 to go in this contest. Sandhills Thedford holding on to a lead that's been cut down to 4 points at moments here in the fourth quarter. It's a 51-42 lead at this time. Cody Kilgore basketball. Farrell into the front court. Drew surveys, holds on to it. Now works it off to Fay. Excuse me, that's Jacob Knox. Now Fay with it up top and can't get it to his teammate, Andrews. And it was last off of Cody Kilgore. We'll go back the other way. Tough to swallow those turnovers the deeper into this game we get. Tough for the Cowboys to overcome that, trying to come back. Connor Cooksley into the front court, holds up, gets it off to Carson Cooksley. Cox over to Connor. Looking for Carson on the cut. Now Connor comes near side. Trying to get it into Dahlberg. Andrews working his tail off down there, fronting the bigger Brady Dahlberg. Dahlberg double teamed at times. Cody Kilgore doing a good job of when they're sagging off their own man, they're helping out in the paint. Furrow, 18-footer, can't get it to fall. Rebound pulled out of there by Knox. Andrews brings it across the timeline. Minute 40, scoring's got to start now for Cody Kilgore as they're down 9, a minute 30 to go.
They've got Roseberry on the floor, and we know he can hit some pretty big shots when they need him to.
And wanting to drop a play is Coach Kuhn of Cody Kilgore. We'll step away. When we come back, we'll have that final minute 35 of this one between Sandhills Thedford and Cody Kilgore.
Geared for Sports in Broken Bow is all about gearing you up for sports. Whether it's for participating or for cheering from the stands, they have it. Continuing this week is their semi-annual show sale. All regular priced shoes are marked at 20% off. So head through their door on west side of the square and bring your feet to do some test fitting. Geared for Sports, open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturdays 10 to 4. Get your gear at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow.
Agland ATV would like to acknowledge all the local athletes and coaches from our area. We are proud of the athletes for the sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication that they put into each season. Agland ATV knows all about working hard and playing hard, just like a Polaris. Best of luck to all the local teams from Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Polaris adult models are for riders age 16 and older. Always wear a helmet and be sure to take a training course. Polaris machines are not intended for on-road use.
Welcome back to Arnold. Cody Kilgore has a set play drawn up. I'm guessing Fay drives in. That's the play. Just give it into the hands of Cooper Fay and let him drive through the defense. He scores 2 and cuts into that Sandhills-Senford lead. It's 51-44. Connor Cooksley somehow holds on to possession despite tough defense from Cody Kilgore. And we're in the half court with the Knights. Kyle Cox with it. Now Carson Cooksley. Carson spins around off to Furrow. Andrew dribbles it out. Holds on to it. Now gets it over to Connor Cooksley. Must be nice for the Knights to have 4 ball handlers they can really trust to work this ball around. They've burned down all the way to 54.5 seconds, and Cody Kilgore now will go to the foul game.
4 on Jacob Knox.
He picks up his 4th. Kyle Cox to the free throw line. Has struggled as of late from the line. This time knocks one home. That's the reverse announcer's curse. Talk about the misses and the makes come. The other way, you start talking about how good they're doing at the free throw line, then the misses come. So we can't win. He goes 2 for 2 that trip. Big free throws for Sandhills-Senford, trying to get themselves into the semifinals, and that's a turnover. Cody Kilgore unable to control it in the corner. One of our blind corners here in Arnold. For both us here down on the edge of the stage and those of you watching from the camera up above us. Connor Cooksley, 43 seconds, and he is fouled. And Connor will come down, toe the line, and try to put up some shots to put this one even further out of reach.
Looks like Jacob Knox is just fouled out.
Yeah, picked up his 5th. He's waiting by the bench. He'll get his substitution, which is Fish. Tristan comes in.
He had a heck of a game. He's getting a round of applause here from both sides. Kid played out of his mind.
Connor Cooksley to the line. Can't get the first one to fall. He'll get a look at the second as Sandhills-Senford's in the double bonus. Gets this one to fall. It's now a 10-point contest. 54-44. Cowboys down 10 with the ball. Roseberry with it. Couple of dribbles. Dribbles through defense. Pulls up. Baby hook. Can't get it to go. Faye the follow. Can't get it to fall. Now Roseberry tracks it down again. 30 seconds. Roseberry blocked but fouled on the 3-point attempt. And that is not a good foul for Sandhills-Senford. They've got a 10-point lead, and Roseberry's going to the line for 3 free throws with the clock stopped.
Pretty good opportunity here for Roseberry if he can knock him down.
That's the 3rd foul on Andrew Furrow. And the first one for Roseberry, all nylon. And a timeout is called by Coach Kuhn. We'll step away as well and bring you the final 30 seconds of this contest after you hear this.
Let the games begin. Burning Bank enables you to manage your finances from the bleachers, sidelines, or wherever you are with 24/7 access to your accounts. Check your balances with mobile banking, reimburse friends and family for concession stand goods with Zelle, and even set up automatic payments or reminders to never miss a payment again with Bill Pay. The ball is in your court. Burning Bank is a proud sponsor of area athletics and wishes all student athletes a safe and successful season. Burning Bank, member FDIC.
Anytime is a good time to buy plants because of indoor plants. The Garden Center has some rare and exciting indoor plants you need to lay eyes on. They're priced right and they're rare. Some might even call them unusual. They will satisfy your need for something new and different. They have the potting soil, creative and stylish pots, and plant displays you need too. Closed Sunday and Monday, open Tuesday to Friday 10 to 5:30 and Saturday 10 to 2. Open year-round for you, the Garden Center in Broken Bow.
Jasper Roseberry still standing at the line. He's got 2 free throws ahead of him. He's knocked down the first of 3. Sandhills Thetford trying to put away Cody Kilgore, who, to their dismay, won't go away as Roseberry knocks down the second to make it 54-46. Winner of this one will move forward in the boys MNAC tournament for 2023. They'll play the winner of South Loop and Arthur. Roseberry 3 for 3 big free throws for Cody Kilgore, and they go back to the foul game. Cooksley is fouled. He'll go to the line for a couple on the other end.
That's what you got to play at this point. No time taken off the clock, though, interestingly enough.
I think 1 second exactly. I think it was 29.5, was it?
You might be right.
I'm often wrong, though, so it wasn't much time. We'll meet in the middle. It wasn't much time. As Cooksley knocked home the first, Andrew Furrow comes in for Martindale. Ross playing good minutes as always for the Knights. Connor Cooksley second. Doesn't follow the first. Farrell pulls it down ahead. Now Fish in the corner. Cody Kilgore needs a quick bucket. Fay with it. Good defense again for Sandhills Thetford. Fay goes all the way. Can't get the reverse layup to go. Rebound pulled out of there by Kyle Cox, and he is fouled. And that trip without a make might just about do it in this one.
Yeah, came up a little bit too strong on that approach and couldn't quite get the bucket to fall. Jasper Roseberry called in the foul there. It looks like his second with 13.7 left.
I would hedge my bet on Jasper Roseberry not fouling out of this one with 13 seconds left and just 2 fouls. That'd be a good bet to make. Kyle Cox makes the first shot. Now we'll look at a second. And he makes it. He's got a streak of 4 going from the free throw line. And back up by 10 go the Sandhills Thetford Knights. Andrews drives, shoots over the top of Cooksley. Can't get it to fall. That one was all but down. And we've got a jump ball called and multiple bodies on the floor on the fight for the rebound. We'll stay on that end with Cody Kilgore. 3.6 showing on the fourth quarter clock. Andrews slaps the basketball, throws it off the back of the backboard, which is technically out of bounds. Somehow we stay here. I think they're going to call it off of Furrow up into the backboard. They get it in. Fay drives, can't get it to go. The follow is going to fall over the hoop at the buzzer. That was a score by Roseberry. Credit him with 2 to make it an 8-point contest. 57-49 is the final. Sandhills Thetford gets the victory. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about what we saw. We'll take a look at those numbers that Grant is adding up, and we'll get you set up for the second contest of our evening, the top-seeded South Loop Bobcats facing the Arthur County Wolves. It'll be a great rest of our evening. We hope you join us for it right here on KBBN Radio and Sandhills Express Video. Come back for the post game after this.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts, so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
When it comes to plumbing, Scott and Colton with Studa Plumbing are proud to be your one-stop plumbing shop. They do septic pumping. Trust them. You do not want to put it off. Contact them for everything from new construction to remodels, service and drain cleaning to septic installations and sewer camera inspections. Scott and Colton are proud to support the area's student athletes by bringing you this broadcast. Contact Studa Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
The Cattlemen's Cup Bull Sale is February 23rd at the ranch near Brewster, Nebraska. Over 65 bulls will be selling, with sires represented, including Myers, Fair and Square, Marcy's Panhandle, Sits Resilient, and more. If you're looking for bulls that are naturally sound, stout, and good-footed, don't miss the Cattlemen's Cup Bull Sale on February 23rd at the ranch near Brewster, Nebraska, starting at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. For more information, go to thecattlemenscut.com or like their Facebook page, The Cattlemen's Cut. That's quality bred on, not fed on.
BD would love for you to be part of their great team. They offer competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply online at bd.com/careers. You can also attend open interviews the first and third Wednesdays of each month in Broken Bow. BD loves supporting youth sports and the bright student athletes who work hard to compete in every contest. Remember, bd.com/careers to start your journey to being part of their great team.
Consolidated Companies is a proud sponsor of our student athletes. Everyone wants to get to the events and cheer on their students, but sometimes you just can't. Keeping up to date on all the local sports is hard to do, but Consolidated Superfast Broadband can change that. Find all the latest information on local school and broadcast channel web pages, along with news and weather. For more information, call Consolidated at 1-800-742-7464. Plus, look for them now on Facebook, facebook.com/Consolidated Companies.
Welcome back to Arnold. The warm-ups have started for our next contest between South Loop and Arthur County, but first we're in the post-game of our contest previous to that one, and with a look at your final numbers, here's Grant.
Well, it was Kyle Cox for Sandhills Thedford leading all scorers with 21 points. Connor Cooksley had 7. Andrew Furrow walked away with 12, as did Brady Dahlberg, so the two big guys really getting involved there. And Maurice Robinson had 4 of his own. For the Cody Kilgore Cowboys, Tristan Fish finished with a total of 2. Drew Farrell had 2 as well. Cooper Fay finished with 9. Jacob Knox had 11. Parker Andrews with 10. And Jasper Roseberry led all scorers for the Cowboys with 16 points. Sandhills Thedford had 14 rebounds to Cody Kilgore's 17. And Cody Kilgore turned the ball over 19 times, but only 5 in the entire second half compared to Sandhills Thedford's 10 all game.
All right, thank you very much, Grant. That one has gone final again. It's a 57-49 victory. Sandhills Thedford has punched their ticket into the semifinals. We will have those games for you on Thursday. We'll also have the girls semifinals games. We've still got some more teams to figure out as far as who's going to be in the semis. South Loop is the #1 overall seed. They're hosting here in Arnold. They are facing Arthur County coming up next right here on KBBN, as well as Sandhills Express Video. We'll take one more break, hear from a few more of our sponsors that brought you this Sandhills Thedford and Cody Kilgore contest. When we come back, Grant will get us set up for our next contest right here on the Thunderbird.
Ewald's Grocery is your local community connection for high-quality foods, friendly service, and great prices. Everyone at Ewald's Grocery takes pride in their community, and they appreciate your business. With over 80 years of business, they're honored and privileged to serve the local community. They're big supporters of the Sandhills Thedford Knights and love every opportunity they get to cheer on their hard work and dedication. Ewald's Grocery in Thedford, sponsors of this sports broadcast.
Sandhill Oil Company is a family-owned business that has provided quality fuels and services for 3 generations. With 3 convenient locations in Thedford, Hyannis, and Valentine, they've served the Sandhills since 1961 with propane delivery, pipeline installation, quality Sinclair fuels, and the Dynamart, open 7 days a week. Experience a team that cares about your fuel, irrigation, and more. Sandhill Oil Company.
Midwest Partitions Incorporated in Thedford would like to take this opportunity to salute all of the student athletes in the area for working hard to prepare for every contest of the season. Through all the hard work and determination you show, you are setting a foundation for a successful future after high school. Good work from Midwest Partitions, delivering expertise, efficiency, and execution. Midwest Partitions Incorporated in Thedford.
The Spur in Dunning is open and they are so excited to serve you at their family-ran business. You can stop by and fuel up your tank or fuel yourself up with food or drink. The bar and grill is open daily next door to the gas station. Keep up with their Facebook page for daily specials. The grill is open Monday to Thursday 7 to 8, weekends 7 to 9, and Sunday 11 to 2 for a buffet. The station is open 7 to 6 on Sundays though. Stop in for drinks. They stay open as long as you're there. Call ahead 308-538-2251. The Spur in Dunning. BD would love for you to be part of their great team. They offer competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply online at bd.com/careers. You can also attend open interviews the first and third Wednesdays of each month in Broken Bow. BD loves supporting youth sports and the bright student athletes who work hard to compete in every contest. Remember, bd.com/careers to start your journey to being part of their great team.
Consolidated Companies is a proud sponsor of our student athletes. Everyone wants to get to the events and cheer on their students, but sometimes you just can't. Keeping up to date on all the local sports is hard to do, but Consolidated Superfast Broadband can change that. Find all the latest information on local school and broadcast channel web pages, along with news and weather. For more information, call Consolidated at 1-800-742-7464. Plus, look for them now on Facebook, facebook.com/Consolidated Companies.
Welcome back to the Arnold Gymnasium, where we are gearing up for the 1 seed and hometown South Loop Bobcats taking on the 8 seed Arthur County Wolves. Before we get to that, though, we would like to thank a few of our radio sponsors. That'll be BD Broken Bow, Progressive Fertilizer, Rain Dance Repair, Callaway District Hospital, and the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Rock Underground, the Callaway Market, Mills Hardware, Agribest Feeds, A1 Auto Repair, First State Insurance, Henry's Bar in Callaway, the 4-County Boutique, the Pinnacle Bank of Arnold, Badgley Well Service, Nebraska Homes, and Lane Chesley, Nebraska State Bank, Grocery Cart, Custer Federal State Bank, Arrow Seed, Rod's Body and Paint, Teen Physical Therapy, Trotter Service, Mead Lumber, Shelter Insurance, and Brent Custer, A to Z Lawn Pro, Squire's Septic Service of Myrna, geared for sports, Agland ATV, Bruning Bank, The Garden Center, Sargent Irrigation, and Duda Plumbing. Those are our radio sponsors. We are going to hear from them now and come back and talk a little bit about what we're going to see tonight.
Fertilizer in Callaway. You'll often see them sporting their South Loop Bobcat Blue because they love to support their team. Student athletes work hard both academically and in sports, and Progressive Fertilizer is proud to support their dedication by helping bring you this sports broadcast on the radio. Wishing the team the best of luck and saying, "Go Bobcats." Progressive Fertilizer in Callaway.
Have you heard the buzz?
Yeah, it's got to be my neighbor's Beehive.
Beehive?
Yeah, it's that new pivot controller from Beehive Ag.
Cool, what's it do?
Your phone becomes your pivot panel. You can control your pivot, pump, in-gun, and it even has GPS and VRI. Breathe new technology into old pivots.
Really? The subscription must be expensive.
No, there is no subscription fee. Contact Rich Reynolds with Rain Dance Repair at 308-870-4455. That's 870-4455.
The Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, are proud of the South Loop Bobcats. New patients are always welcome. They understand that healthcare is evolving and are committed to providing local access to high-quality care by continuing to invest in the latest diagnostic and treatment technology. Their specialty is primary care. Callaway District Hospital and the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics cheering on the South Loop Bobcats.
Welcome back to the Arnold Gymnasium, where we are checking in about 11 minutes before tip-off here between the 1 seed South Loop Bobcats, the hometown boys, and the visitors 8 seed Arthur County, who knocked off Twin Loop on Saturday to play this game. We have a video stream as well for those of you who are just tuning in. You can get that on the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages. And we want to take time now to thank those sponsors, which include Consolidated, Custer Public Power, BD of Broken Bow, The Cattleman's Cut, Prairie Eye Care, The Grocery Cart, Culligan, and Del Moniger and Tim Wright, the Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Palmer Monument, Mead Lumber, Lines Appliance in Broken Bow, Nebraska State Bank, Agland ATV, Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, Insurance of the Heartland, Central Nebraska Medical Clinic, Broken Bow Livestock, Sandhills Custom Creations, Marine Seed and Feed, and Agribest as well. We are going to step away once more to hear from some of those folks for a little bit. When we come back, I'm going to bring in Jeremy Shipe. We're going to unpack what should be a pretty awesome 1-8 matchup here from Arnold. We will be right back.
Rocks Underground serves Central Nebraska with expertise in water and irrigation services. Need some help? Call Rocky Dockweiler at 870-3457. Rocky salutes the student athletes of the area and all the hard work they put in each and every season and is very proud of the young men and women that live in Central Nebraska. Enjoy this broadcast, brought to you in part by Rocky Dockweiler with Rocks Underground in Oconto.
At the Callaway Market, they appreciate their amazing customers who choose to shop local with them. That's why they offer their loyalty program, which has allowed them to give thousands of dollars back to the community. Your friends at Callaway Market invite you to shop their aisles, quality meat counter, and bountiful and beautiful produce section. On Mondays, a senior discount of 10% off is given. Thank you for shopping local from the Callaway Market. Open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday and Sundays from 11 till 5.
If you've ever seen the Milwaukee tool display at Mills Hardware in Arnold, you probably thought it was as big as it could ever be. Well, you better go back and see it again soon because it's even bigger. The display is now 350 feet long. 3 aisles of Milwaukee tools that lead the industry in durability and performance. Simply put, the selection and knowledge you'll get when you choose Mills Hardware is going to be top-notch. Mills Hardware in Arnold, proud to be the area's premier Milwaukee connection.
Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold, where good friends meet. Taste some of the freshest beef Nebraska has to offer at Grazer's Bar and Grill. Located in the heart of cattle country, it's what inspired their name. They're proud to serve locally raised beef alongside thirst-quenching drinks that complement your meal. Proud to support the South Loop Bobcats, Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold.
Agribest Feeds of Callaway is your source for all things ranching. They have what you need as calving comes around, including ear tags, vet supplies, windscreens, go lights, milk replacer, Royal Heat calf warmers, and more. They also carry Powder River and Charter livestock equipment, and their Sweet Pro lick tubs, Fresh Start, and Redmond Salt provide your animals with the outstanding nutrition they need. They carry the top-rated AeroQuip line of chutes and livestock equipment too, behind the Community Center in Callaway or at 836-2298. Agribest Feeds of Callaway.
New location, same great service. A1 Auto Repair is still in Arnold, excited to get you on the road or keep you there. 110 East 7th, otherwise known as the old John Deere Implement, the former Mills Hardware location, the last building on the south side of Arnold, the first building going north into town, the building south of the Baptist Church, the building on the east just before the Highway 40 bridge. No matter how you describe it, A1 Auto Repair in Arnold invites you to stop by. Say hi soon at their new digs.
At First State Insurance of Arnold, they're proud to say that they can offer you choices. Those choices save you money. They can offer you a variety of choices because they are independent agents. First State Insurance is cheering on the Bobcats all the way. Call Becky or Taylor at 848-2522 to set up an appointment with First State Insurance of Arnold. Proud supporters of the South Loop Bobcat coaches and players who work so hard.
We are back at the Arnold Gym, and I am joined by the Wizard of Swish himself, Jeremy Shipe, to give us a little bit of an insight as to what's going on. Jeremy, what a great first game. How you feeling about the second?
Well, I think the second game is going to be an interesting one. You know, watching these two teams match up, they're both showing me a lot of different things in their warm-ups. We're a little bit more familiar as far as our location at our radio stations goes with South Loop, but I'm familiar with Arthur County from last year. There's some familiar names on that squad from the MNAC tournament last year that I think could be some interesting matchups when we look at these two teams together. But coming into this one, you look at South Loop, 11-2 on the season. Their losses have been sprinkled in there. They played a tough C2 Hershey team, almost came away with a victory in that one, less than a 10-point loss for them. And Amherst, we all know about Amherst. They're really good. They're a C2 team, 13-1 on the season. But South Loop gave them a run. 35-52 was the score in that one. South Loop is ranked for a reason. They're ranked by the Omaha World Herald publication, and they're looking to carry that ranking throughout the rest of this tournament.
They're going to be a tough out no matter where they play, especially you got to think at home. But Arthur County, they're the 8th seed, and in their play-in game against number 9 seed Twin Loop, beat them 53-25. They can play basketball.
Yeah, they can. 53 points, putting that up against any opponent is a good thing to hang your hat on. Sioux County and Creek Valley were their two other wins. 8 total wins by the teams that Arthur County has defeated so far this season. But I always like the saying, you play the game for a reason. If we looked at things on paper and counted people out before they even went out on the court, then what is the point of sports?
Mm-hmm.
This is a conference tournament. These teams are getting in mid-season to late-season shape. Anything can happen when things start to click for a team. They're starting to learn how to play with one another. New players on the team coming in as freshmen. They're starting to learn new plays as they work further into conference. And we're right on the cusp of sub-district play as well. So Arthur County going to come in here and put their foot on the gas, make some exciting things happen like we saw in the MNAC tournament from them last year. And we'll see what happens between these teams.
It's going to be the MNAC tournament here in Arnold when we come back. We are about 3.5 minutes away from tip-off. Don't go anywhere. The South Loop Bobcats and the Arthur County Wolves coming up here on KBBN.
Bars, taverns, and grills that are exactly like the next. Not at Henry's Callaway Bar. They offer a bar experience unlike any other. Try one of Henry's fresh handcrafted drinks or kick back for a beer with friends. If it's an appetite you're bringing with your thirst, look to their amazing homemade pizzas to fill you up, available to dine in or carry out. Call 308-836-4484. A slice of lime and a good time await you at Henry's Bar in Callaway, the oasis in the middle of Nebraska.
4 County Boutique in Arnold is proud to help support the South Loop Bobcats and all that they do. 4 County Boutique is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 until 5 and Saturdays from 10 until 3. You'll find quality clothing as well as products and merchandise made by locals from right there in Arnold. Items like jewelry, soaps, chocolates, and more await you at 4 County Boutique. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date with new items. Glad to help cheer on the South Loop Bobcats and proud to sponsor this broadcast. 4 County Boutique in Arnold on Main Street.
There's a place that's shaped by more than county lines and state borders. It's a place we call home, where moments are shared, where communities are strengthened, and life's special memories happen right here. No matter what home is to you, we're the local bank that can help you make the most of it. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Badgley Well Service in Oconto is proud to sponsor this high school sports broadcast, featuring some of our awesome student athletes right here in central Nebraska. Cliff and his team at Badgley Well are always on call at 858-4409. From domestic to stock wells, call Badgley Well Service of Oconto. They have the experience to get the job done right. Call Badgley Well Service of Oconto when water is the goal. Badgley Well is happy to help bring you this sports broadcast.
And we are back at the Arnold Gymnasium, and we're going to bring you your starting lineups, which are brought to you by J.R. Meyer Insurance. They're brought to you tonight by the Insurance Agency of Callaway. As your local independent insurance agency, they can offer coverage by many of the most respected companies in the nation. Give them a call at 836-2245. Starting with the visiting Arthur County Wolves, a number 5, a 5'10 junior, Justin Wenzel. Talon Storer, a 5'10 sophomore. Lance Vasa, a 5'11 senior. Dakota Storo is a 6'1 senior. And rounding out the starting lineup is Kane Delator, a 5'11 sophomore. For your hometown South Loop Bobcats, number 2, a 5'9 junior, Trey Connell. Cash Gracie, number 14, a 6'3 junior. Lance Jones, a 6-foot-on-the-dot senior. Silas Cool, number 23, a 5'7 senior. And rounding out the lineup is Joey Salick, a 6'2 junior. And those are a look at who we're going to see at least for the first couple of shots, you would think.
All right, should be a fun one. We'll step away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the tip for you between South Loop and Arthur County.
Lane Chesley and his crew at Design Homes of Callaway are proud to help bring you this sports broadcast. Design Homes can help you with remodeling or any commercial or residential building construction. Just call Lane at 308-991-0870 to get started. Don't let that awesome project you have on your mind be a point of stress. Call Design Homes, proud sponsors of this sports broadcast.
We've got spirit, yes we do. We've got spirit, how about you? Here at Nebraska State Bank, we've got school spirit. Introducing mascot debit cards from Nebraska State Bank. Now you can go to your local NSB branch and request a new debit card for your favorite high school team. The Broken Bow Indians, South Loop Bobcats, and Silvermere debit cards are available by instant issue. You'll only pay $10, and the entire amount will be passed along to your school. It's a win-win situation, right? Take your school pride to the next level at Nebraska State Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The Grocery Cart Rewards Program is a great way for you to save on items in the aisles and on gas for your car. Every month we feature new products you can purchase with points you earn from shopping at the Grocery Cart, or use your points at Casey's and Broken Bow to fill up with a discount. Signing up is easy, just ask them at the Grocery Cart. Scan your card and earn those free groceries. It's easy as that at Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
And we are back right before tip-off here. The starting lineups have just been announced on the floor here. We are looking at a little bit. The teams are shaking hands, getting ready. Switching sides, it looks like. Jeremy, what's got to happen for each of these teams to find success tonight?
Well, South Loop, we know they like to control the pace of games, and usually that pace goes as Trey Connell wants it to go. He's the point guard for the Bobcats. He likes to push the ball. He likes to throw it up the court quickly. Cash Gracie likes to come down with those passes. For the Wolves, you need to try to find, I think pace is going to be important on both sides. The Arthur County Wolves need to find a pace that they're comfortable with as well and try to make South Loop fall into that pace.
And as predicted, Cash Gracie wins the tip for South Loop and dishes it directly to Trey Connell, who is calling plays without the ball. The shot by Lance Jones is up, and it is no good. Arthur County rebound, 0-0. 7.5. Long pass to the wing. That's going to be Justin Wenzel, who goes up with it and will be fouled. Getting to the line might be a key for these Arthur County Wolves if they're trying to slow down two pretty dynamic scorers from South Loop.
Silas Cool going to get whistled for this one. That's his first foul. 31 seconds into this one, and Wenzel knocks home the first.
1-0 now. Arthur County is on the board. 7:29 just underway here in the first quarter. The second shot is up, and it falls. It's going to be Joey Salick inbounding to Trey, who does push, of course. We've seen that. Silas Cool had the ball in the wing, dishes it back to Trey. Into the corner to Cash, who pulls up a jumper. A little bit too far for him, off the back of the iron, and Arthur County comes down with the rebound, tipped by Trey Connell. Joey Salick's got the ball, back to Trey Connell, who does a behind-the-back pass to Cash Gracie and finds a bucket. It is 2-all.
That's the kind of nifting passing you're going to expect and see from Connell night in and night out.
Wenzel double-teamed in the corner. That ball will be kicked by, it looks like, Joey Salick, and we will get a throw in underneath the hoop. It'll be Wenzel to toss it in. He calls a play from the baseline, and the Wolves get set up. Inbound to Kane Delator, who plays it up to Talon Storer. Recovers it, almost had it tipped away from him. Wenzel up with a 3 off the front of the iron, no good. Trey rebounds, toss to Cash Gracie, and that might be 2. Almost dunks it, but it's off. Arthur County recovers now. They're running the offense across the timeline. And there's going to be a travel called. That'll be a travel on Kane Delator, who looked like he couldn't quite find where he wanted to pass the ball when he picked up his dribble.
Well, and it was a fortunate thing for Arthur County to see Cash Gracie miss that dunk, because it gave them a preview of just how fast he can get back on offense.
Inbounded now. Silas Cool's got the ball at the top of the key. Inside to Cash Gracie. Trey Connell wide open on the wing and bounces around, gets it to fall. That's a huge 3 for South Loop, 5-2. Lance Vasa with the ball, plays it up, almost picked off by Silas Cool. Justin Wenzel drives right at Trey Connell, no whistle. Joey Salick with the rebound, and it's going the other way for South Loop. Trey Connell across the timeline, plays it to Cool. Cash Gracie calling for the ball in the corner. He feels like he's wide open. Trey looking for someone. At the wing, Cash is right at the baseline. Can't get it to fall underneath the hoop. Salick goes up with it, and he's going to be fouled.
Good follow by Joey. Cash Gracie found the tiptoe move over there on the baseline. I don't know how he didn't run out of room. Got to look at the reverse layup. He's frustrated he couldn't make it, but Joey Salick in the right place, comes down with it and forces the foul on Vasa the other way for Arthur County.
Misses the first of the free throws. Silas Cool and Cash Gracie chatting behind Salick as he lines up for the second shot. Shot is up, and that one will fall. 5:52 just underway here in the first quarter. 6-2 South Loop. The inbound from Talon Storer. Long pass, and he's going to find Dakota Storer. That was tipped. It's going to stay with Arthur County.
And Arthur County lucky to retain possession. I think Dakota might have taken one too many steps there on his drive. Had it poked away, so South Loop's going to have to dig back in on defense.
Wenzel plays it short to Delator. He plays it up to Talon Storer. Talon Storer inbounds to Dakota. From the wing, that'll be Delator, who splashes it through.
Well,
we're looking at 6-4 now.
Not knowing much about Arthur County, you can tell a lot by someone's shot. That is a nice-looking shot from Delator. South Loop's got to watch out for that.
Cash Gracie makes a move inside. He's going to get a bucket and one. Chance for 3 for Cash Gracie.
They're going to count the basket, and Kane Delator, after making the 3 on the other end, goes to the far end and commits the foul. Just his first, team's second of the half.
Connor Paulson checking into the game now for South Loop. There's a conversation happening between the officiating crew. And here Cash Gracie gets the ball from the official. Bounces a couple times. Spins it around. Up it goes, and in it goes. 9-4, South Loop is up. The inbounds to Wenzel on behalf of Arthur County. Wide open down low is Kane Delator, who goes up with it, and it's going to fall. 9-6.
Liking the offense from Kane here early.
Trey Connell crosses midcourt, drives himself, and that's going to draw another whistle. He'll be going to the line.
That's what you got to watch out for when you're going against Trey. You might have people back, but it's never going to be enough. He's going to go around you. He's going to find lanes. And if you don't block him, he's going to find a way to get that ball up there. And more often than not, you're going to send him to the line.
First shot is up, and it's going to be off the front of the iron.
That foul, by the way, on Dakota Storer, his first, team's third.
Lining up for the second now is Trey. Got the pink soled shoes on. Silence here in Arnold. Shot is up and it's good. He will not miss twice. Talon Storer inbounds. It's deflected by Trey Connell, and
I think they're going to get a foul on Trey here.
Yeah, it looks to be that way.
That's his first, team's second. So we've kind of been trapped at the far side of the court now as
We've got a timeout.
Timeout called.
And we will take it with them back in a little bit here on KBBN. The score is 10-6, South Loop.
Guaranteed loan programs can make dreams happen. That's why Custer Federal State Bank is passionate about helping you with them. Their SBA lending team can help you navigate the process of launching your business and also guide business owners looking to sell or transition their work to another person. Don't let worrying about the ins and outs of getting started push your dreams aside. Talk to Custer Federal State Bank of Broken Bow and Kearney, member FDIC.
And we are back at the Arnold Gym. It is 10-6 South Loop over Arthur County so far. Arthur County's hanging pretty tough, though. A foul was just called on Trey Connell as he got over-aggressive.
Score update coming from our sister station, the Broken Bow Girls in the Southwest Conference Tournament. They win 52-43 over Ainsworth.
Nice press from South Loop. Finds Dakota Storer open down court. Trey Connell with the steal. Won't be whistled for that, and he's moving. Plays it out to Lance Jones, who can't find the finish. Justin Wenzel with the rebound. He drives his own, and that's not going to go either. Cash Gracie comes down with it. 1-on-2. We'll see if he decides to push. He does, down by the baseline. Finds it on his own. He's going to get a bucket. 12-6 now. South Loop is up. The inbounds to Talon Storer. And that's going to be picked off by Cash, who's one-on-one. Plays it down instead to Dylan Pandorf. Slick little pass around the defender to get Pandorf an open look. Wide open. Dakota Storer on the inbound. Not going to fall. Goes up with it again after getting his own rebound. Connor Paulson and Dylan Pandorf fighting for the rebound there. Trey Connell comes away with it. Cash Gracie open on the wing. Drives again. Baseline. That might be a travel.
Yeah, and Cash agrees with the call, nods his head, was hoping he'd get away with it, just trying to, he does really good at being confident in those travel situations. There's some people like myself, when I played, I traveled and then I stopped and all but handed the ball back to the official because I knew I had done something I shouldn't have.
Another huge pass inbound to that favorite target, to Dakota Storer, but nothing happens from it. That'll be a turnover. South Loop basketball. Trey Connell down here in our corner calling out plays on the inbound from Dylan Pandorf. Slowing it down now. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the quarter. 14-6 South Loop is up over Arthur County. Trey Connell top of the key. Looks inside, and that's going to be off of Pandorf. A turnover, which we haven't seen a whole lot of on behalf of South Loop tonight so far.
Well, South Loop throughout the evening, they're up 14-6 here early in this one, but they still want to have good, solid possessions.
There's Wenzel, who gets the ball all the way down to Kane Delatour, who is fouled right underneath the hoop. As he goes up, he'll take a couple of shots. 3:39 to go in the quarter, first quarter. 14-6 still is your score. South Loop up over Arthur County.
They're going to get Connor Paulson on this one. They're going to say he got him on the arm as he knocks home the first, does Delatour.
14-7. Delatour wipes off his shoes, bounces, flexes the knees, puts up the shot, and that one is not going to go. Joey Salick with the rebound, out to Trey Connell, who's looking for something quick. Calling out the play to Connor Paulson on the wing, can't do anything, hasn't dribbled yet, and that's going to be nearly taken away by Wenzel. Trey Connell has the vision to find Paulson there near the corner, and we got a tie-up. That'll be a jump ball, and that's going to go Arthur County's way.
Tough couple of possessions for Connor Paulson. Commits the foul on this end, almost turns it over once, and then does get tied up there. I like Connor's dribbling. In games we've seen in the past, when Connor dribbles or shoots the ball, he's a very dangerous player on offense, just gets tied up there.
Wenzel on wheels gets the ball to the corner, dishes it out to Reese Swanson, who we haven't seen yet tonight. And that ball is going to be off somebody's foot. It's going to stay with Arthur County. Wenzel is checking out of the game now, with Lance Vasa checking back in for his second appearance so far. He'll take the ball at the baseline, dishes it in to Reese Swanson, who plays it up to Kane Delatour. We've got a travel.
Well, Paulson, good job that time. Similar play to last time, except this time he palms the basketball and causes his opponent Delatour to travel with it. Turnover against the Wolves. their 5th of the contest here in the first quarter.
Paulson inbounds to Trey Connell. He's looking down court. Paulson spreads to the wing. He gets the ball. Back to Trey, who's up top. Dribbles to the top of the key. Paulson's open in the corner. Nothing happening to Gracie, who is down low. Against one man, goes up with it. That's not going to happen. No bucket there for Cash Gracie, but we do have a whistle.
They're going to call this one on Dakota Storer. He's the first player on either team to pick up his 2nd foul. Team's 4th.
Connell now motioning someone for movement. Little box action from the inbounds to Cash Gracie, who thought about a quick 3. There's 2 on him down low, and he can't quite get the finish after the dribble. Half court now into Kane Delatorre, who says, slow things down, fellas. He's double teamed, and the ball is swatted away. He lost it. It's going to be a turnover. South Loop basketball, 14-7, 2.5 to play in the first quarter.
South Loop's a scrappy team. On offense, they want to move it quick. On defense, they want to get in your passing lanes and make nothing easy. And that's kind of been what it's been like here in the first quarter.
Paulson wide open from the top of the key for 3. It's just off the iron. No good. It looked good early, got bad late. Talon Storer plays the deep ball to Kane Delatorre, who finds Swanson in the corner, who puts up a 3. No good. The ball's going to be stuck between the backboard and the rim. That'll be a stoppage of play, and I think it's going to be a turnover. Checking in for South Loop now is going to be Lance Jones once again, who will take the inbound after the stuck ball. He'll give it to Trey Connell. 2 minutes and 13 seconds now, 14-7 still, South Loop. Connor Paulson again at the wing, looks for something, doesn't dribble. Silas Cool back to Trey, who takes a distant 3. That's not going to go this time. Kane Delatorre with the rebound. Delatorre plays it to Swanson. Swanson, the nice pass to Storer. Storer back to Delatorre, who drives down near the blocks. He's triple covered, plays it out to Swanson. Swanson to Storer. Storer steps at the free throw line, shots up, and not going to go. But would you believe it? Keegan Allen, his first touch of the game, gets a rebound and puts it back in. It is 14-9. South Loop is up right now, 1.5 minutes to go. Trey Connell plays it to Silas Cool on the wing. Connor Paulson breaks free. He's at the top of the key. Trey wide, almost thought about a 3. And that's going to be a turnover by Lance Jones. Arthur County basketball. Storer's got it, plays it back to Lance Vasa, who plays it back to Storer. Storer to Delatorre across the timeline now. Reese Swanson thought about a 3, almost faked out Trey Connell there. Swanson's got it. The long pass to Kane Delatorre across the way. He gets tied up with 2 Bobcats. Plays it back to Storer, and the offense is reset. Lance Vasa plays it to Swanson at the top of the key. Swanson slickly gets by someone, and now we've got Storer, who's got it at the top of the key. No shot. No shot. Delatorre holds. He's got 2 Bobcats in front of him. A pass down low almost worked out. Keegan Allen was right under the hoop between 2 defenders, put up the ball, just couldn't quite find the finish, and we've got a whistle.
Well, the hardest time to hold off from fouling is when you just missed a basket and you're going for your own miss, and that was exactly the situation Keegan Allen found himself in. He commits the foul.
Lance Jones inbounds to Trey Connell, and then runs to about the free throw line to take his spot on the offense. Cash Gracie's got the ball. We've got Harper Johnson, who has checked into the game. Trey Connell goes up with the shot. Thought he was fouled, but no whistle. There's going to be Swanson, who plays the long pass, but could not quite find Allen on the reception.
21.5 for South Loop to work with here in the first quarter, up 14-9. I'm guessing Coach Cole's going to want to see one shot this trip.
Trey's holding. Plays it to Silas on the wing. Harper Johnson gets a touch to Trey Connell in the corner. Thought about a 3, 6 seconds left. Now Cash Gracie, they're all over him in the lane. He goes up with it and finds a bucket. Wow. And that's the end of your first quarter. Closed out on a Cash Gracie. Nice little layup. It is 16-9 at the end of 1. South Loop over Arthur County. We will be right back after this.
Ag producers know that healthy soil is the foundation for profitable, productive, and environmentally sound agricultural systems. Learn more about grazing strategies at AeroSeed's annual Soil Health Conference Wednesday, February 15th in Broken Bow, Nebraska, featuring Steve and Amber Kenyon from Greener Pastures Ranching. Seating is limited for this free conference, so pre-registration by February 8th is required. To learn more and to register online, visit aeroseed.com or call AeroSeed in Broken Bow by February 8th.
And we are back at the Arnold Gym. Want to take a little bit of time to thank some of our sponsors that are bringing you this, and one of them is Klang Financial. Your friends at Klang Financial are honored to help with any of your health and life insurance questions, as well as any retirement planning needs you may have. You can give them a call at 872-6810. They are located in downtown Broken Bow at 940 South D Street. We are about to get underway here in the second quarter. 8 minutes back on the clock, 16-9. The South Loop Bobcats lead the Arthur County Wolves in what has been a really fun game.
Cash Gracie scoring 9 points himself, equaling his opponent's entire output there in the first quarter. The Wolves have to figure out a way to cut off Cash Gracie's flow on offense.
Joey Solek takes the ball away from Jamison Dye. That was his first touch. Trey Connell dribbles through the lane, thinks about it, carves it up, puts up the shot against Dye. Nothing happening. Wenzel with the rebound, and Arthur County is moving. Gets past Trey, Dye in the corner, nothing happening. A tip ball by Connell to Gracie. It's one-on-one. He's going to go up with it. No, too short. He gets his own rebound after a tip. Goes up again and finds the bucket. It is 18-9 here for the Bobcats. Wenzel saves the ball from going out of bounds and throws it right into Silas Kuhl's hands. Cash Gracie at the top of the key now for the Bobcats. Trey looks at a three. Stutter steps, a no-look pass. It's up from Lance Jones off the back of the iron. Not happening. Lance Vasa comes down with the rebound, secures it. Two men defending these Wolves before they get across the timeline. Nice. Silas Kuhl almost deflects the ball away. Wenzel puts up a shot, which is no good, and Trey Connell runs the offense once again. To Kuhl on the wing. Finds Solek down low, and we've got a whistle. Two big guys going at it down there. You got Solek and Dye.
This one's going to go on Jamison Dye. His first, team sixth, as Solek knocks home the first.
19-9 now. The South Loop Bobcats are up. 6:46 to play in this first half. Solek dribbles, spins the ball. Shot is up. It is off the mark, no good. Delatorre with the rebound. Lance Vasa, double team now in his own half. Gets the ball out to Talon Storer. Looks for the long pass to Wenzel. He comes down with it. Right off to Keegan Allen, who finds the bucket. No one was there to stop him. Nice bit of passing. Trey Connell plays the ball up to Silas Kuhl. Inside to Cash Gracie. They've got numbers on him now because they know he can score. From the free throw line, nothing happening. Trey to the top of the key. Silas Kuhl plays it back to Trey at the top. Holds the ball to Silas on the wing. Back to Trey. Couple of dribbles, picks it up, and that was off Solek's hands. The no-look pass might have fooled his own man.
Well, and Joey, in past games we've seen this season from South Loop, usually really good at receiving those passes. He's ready for them, and Connell puts a lot of heat on them usually. They're kind of biting back and forth at each other now, as teammates do sometimes, but at the end of the day, more of those passes are coming. Solek knows it, and Connell knows it.
Solek making up for it there by getting a turnover. Quick turnover. Connell to Gracie down low, and that's going to go. No whistle, clean bucket. Looks like we've got an Arthur County timeout, and we'll take it with them.
You want something that gets you to where you're going comfortably while looking great. Whether storm damage, deer damage, or insurance claim, take your ride to Rod's Body and Paint Broken Bow. They're the collision specialist. You should call 308-872-5346. Offering over 42 years of experience, they'll get you back on the road quickly without sacrificing quality. From dings and dents to full replacement and auto glass repair. Rod's Body and Paint, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
We are back. on KBBN and our Sandhills Express video feed. It is right now just under 6 minutes to play from the Arnold Gym. 21-11. The South Loop Bobcats have opened up a double-digit lead over the Arthur County Wolves.
After scoring 9 in the first quarter, Cash Gracie's already scored 4 here just with a couple of minutes gone in the second quarter. Cash's scoring is causing problems for Arthur County, but Arthur County kind of causing problems for themselves as well. They've got 10 turnovers. What's kind of keeping them in this game is the fact that they're earning extra possessions and cutting off extra possessions for South Loop. They lead in rebounding.
Wenzel inbounds the ball now for Arthur County. Inbounded it to Grady Gorwell, who we haven't seen yet, and that is an immediate turnover. The pass was intended for Keegan Allen right there across the timeline, as far from us as you can get without being in the stands. Gracie now plays it into Trey Connell, who crosses the timeline, plays it to Cool on the wing. Back up top, a little bit of distance between him and the defender. Cash Gracie down low, caught the defender sleeping, and that's an easy bucket. 23-11 now, your score. South Loop is up with 5.5 to go. Wenzel looks for someone. Salick is going to gets his pass picked off by Lance Vasa, who holds it into the corner, and Silas Cool knocks the ball out of play. That's going to keep the ball with Arthur County, it looks like, and gives South Loop a chance to reset their defense a little bit.
Yeah, kind of a turnover both ways there, as quickly as, well, faster than you can say it. They just kind of played ping pong there a little bit, and after it's all said and done and the dust settles, Arthur County's back in the half court.
Paulson checks into the game for Silas Cool now. Lance Voss has got it on the wing. Into the lane for Keegan Allen. Wenzel goes up with it and gets a bucket, and he's touched.
I think they're going to catch Connor Paulson on this foul here. And Connor kind of going to come out of this one wishing he would have gotten a little bit more for his foul. We'll just put it that way. You know, it was a quick swipe. It didn't really affect the shot all that much. Wenzel was able to score pretty easily, and now he completes the three-point play.
23-14 now. South Loop is up, but Arthur County's cut it to 9. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half. It looks like Paulson's checking out of the game, and Harper Johnson is stepping in. Trey Connell now taking it across the timeline, across midcourt. Spreads it to Lance Jones. Cash Gracie from the wing, no good. And that's going to be an Arthur County rebound. There's still pressure on, though. Grady Gorwill came down with that. He's looking for someone. They ultimately find Keegan Allen, who plays it back to Lance Vasa. And Arthur County is on the way, but no, tipped out of bounds by Trey Connell. Chance for a reset now for both sides from the far side midcourt.
That was dangerously close to a 10-second call, and very impressive for South Loop to get into that full court press after a miss.
Yes. They double team Wenzel on the inbound, and he barely got that pass off to Gorwell. Looks like we've got a whistle on South Loop.
Pandorf whistled for this one. Team's fifth, his first.
And the inbound again. They're still pressing a little hard. Gorwell takes it from the near side here. Plays it back to Wenzel, who looks around, holds the ball. Plays it off to Lance Vasa. Tipped away, and Harper Johnson's going to come away with it. Trey pushing the offense now. And
Lance Jones.
Lance Jones.
Lowered that shoulder. They'll call that every single time. You can't clear space by lowering the shoulder or throwing the arm. That's probably one of the easier calls in either of the games we've seen tonight these officials have made.
And the officiating actually has been stellar all night long, all tournament long, really.
It is Officials Appreciation Week for the NSAA, and we've seen some great officiating so far this week and throughout this entire basketball season as another foul is committed, this time on Connell. His second.
Bit aggressive there, going up for that pretty long pass. Probably not really one you'd want to give, but when you're in the heat of the moment, you're trying to get that ball at all costs. Now we got a substitution. Wenzel comes out, and Talon Storer comes in before the free throws here. And it looks like it's going to be Keegan Allen at the line. Flexes, takes the shot off the iron, right into the hands of Harper Johnson, rolls around to Joey Salick, back to Johnson, and South Loop's on the move. Wow, he's pushed out of bounds. Silas Cool is, by Reese Swanson. Getting a little overly physical on both sides from the looks of it. It'll send cool to the line here. 23-14, 4 minutes, 18 seconds left in the half. Out will come Pandorf, and in again will come Lance Jones for the Bobcats.
Prepare ourselves for lots of free throws this final 4:18. Both teams in the bonus.
That's that shot is off, and it looks like Arthur County is on the move. Gorwell looking for anyone. Storer finds Delator on the wing. He's double covered down there. Swanson gives it to Delator, who puts up a three. It's off the iron, no good. Contested look. And Salek comes down with the rebound, plays it to Harper Johnson. Out to Cool on the wing in the corner, Cash Gracie. Nothing happening there. Long pass to Harper, plays it down by the blocks to Salek. Wide open, Silas Cool is in and out. Nothing happening. Struggle for the rebound. It's going to stay with South Loop. Cash Gracie, one-on-one against Delator, goes up with it, almost finds it. And Grady Gorwell comes down with the rebound for Arthur County, slowing it down, it looks like, to Storer. Storer almost loses the ball there. Reese Swanson plays the ball deep, and it is picked off by Lance Jones into the hands of Cash Gracie, who one-steps his man and puts it into the bucket. 25-14 now. South Loop is up, and Arthur County turns it over on the inbound. Cash Gracie, is they going to get him? They're going to get him for the charge. That was Reese Swanson, who stood his ground there and just let the scoring machine go right at him.
Yeah, I think Cash Gracie frustrated with this one, and for good reason. I think Reese Swanson sold that one maybe a little bit more, and the official bought into it. And as always is the situation with calls like that, the chirps start coming from the crowd. But everyone resets, and now South Loop back into this full court press.
Lance Vasa inbounds it to Swanson, who gets it across the timeline with a bit of hustle. One-on-one with Cool, now he's double teamed. Delator almost loses the handle on it there. Storer's got the ball. Swanson inbounds to Delator. Nothing happening. They're going to get him on the reach, it looks like. Going to get Salek on the reach.
Yeah, they're trying to get inside the lane, try to get a little bit of play in around the rim by the side of Kane Delator. They kind of accomplish that because it sends him to the line.
Delator now puts the ball up. That's not going to happen, but the rebound is found by Dakota Storer, who plays it out to Swanson at the top of the key, and they're back in business, Arthur County. Talon Storer, one-on-one against Harper Johnson. The ball rolls around on the sideline, and it's going to be turned over. South Loop basketball with 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the half. 25-14 is the Bobcat lead over Arthur County right now. Harper Johnson brings the ball over midcourt to Cash Gracie, who's near the top of the key. Plays it to Lance Jones, back to Silas Cool. Harper wide open on the wing, plays it to Gracie down low. One-on-one against Keegan Allen, and he finds the bucket. Goes right at and over him. Another turnover, it looks like, from Arthur County on the inbounds. Talon Storer couldn't quite find Dakota Storer on the sideline, the far sideline. So it will be South Loop ball with 2 minutes and 27 seconds to play, a 27-14 lead for the Bobcats. Checking into the game now is AJ Starr, who's at the top of the key. Dishes it back to Lance Jones, who takes a look at a three, too strong off the backboard. Starr's there for the rebound. Can't quite come down with it. Cash Gracie gets the ball, and the offense is reset for South Loop. Cash Gracie, a little sneaky move behind the back dribble. He's there near the blocks, goes up and finds another bucket. 29-14 now, just under 2 minutes to play in the half. Arthur County basketball. Swanson's going to play the ball to Lance Vasa. Vasa down the court, finds its way to Talon Storer, back to Delator. Delator plays to Swanson. Looking for something. Talon Storer goes up with a jumper from the free throw line. That's off the mark, no good. Harper Johnson's going to wrangle the rebound, plays it to Starr. It is South Loop ball with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Wide to Harper at this point. He's looking for something. Not a lot of movement for South Loop. Cash Gracie one-on-one at the elbow. Goes up with the shot, Lance Jones, and he airs it. It's going to be Arthur County basketball with 1:21 to go, and they are down by 15. The inbounds to Reese Swanson. Played off. Oh, it's tipped by Harper Johnson. Joey Salek with the rebound. AJ Starr's got the ball, looking for something. Harper Johnson in the corner. Back to Starr. Starr dribbles wide. That's to Lance Jones. Down low to Cash Gracie. It's worked all day. They're putting 2 on him now. Johnson at the top of the key. Back to Starr. Johnson top of the key again to Cash. They've got 2 on him again. He goes up and over. Can't quite find it, but Jones is there for the rebound. Puts it up. Still no good. 2 Bobcats fighting over the rebound. It finds its way to Gracie at the elbow, and he's going to get called for a travel. 48 seconds to go here in the first half. It is 29-14 still. South Loop ahead after what has been a wild couple of exchanges. Talon Storer is going to inbound now. It's going to find its way to Swanson. Back to Storer. 15. Dakota Storer can't find the bucket there. Jones with the rebound. Plays it to Starr. 36 seconds. They're pushing past the timeline. Starr running the offense. Plays it to Johnson. Johnson's on the wing looking for something. Salix right there at the elbow. He puts up a jumper. No good. Delatorre with the rebound. We've got Swanson running the offense. 1-on-1 against Gracie so far. Over the head of Johnson. Down to Storer. Dakota Storer's got 2 Bobcats on him. Finds a way to get it to Swanson, who puts up the shot. No good. Lance Jones comes down with the rebound for the Bobcats, and Gracie takes it across the timeline. 7 seconds left. And they're going to get a whistle with 5.5 to go in the first half. Cash Gracie's going to go to the line. No stranger to buckets tonight, that's for sure.
They're going to get this one on Storer. It's his first. He joins 5 other teammates that also only have 1 foul.
Cash goes up with it, finds the net, doesn't even bother that old rim, no need. Ref dishes him the ball for the second time. Bounce, bounce, bounce. 4 bounces, a spin in the left hand. Bending the knees, shot is up. That one's out. Salick with the rebound, however. Delatorre plays it out to Lance Vasa. Wow! And to end the half, Cash Gracie swats a distant pass out of bounds. South Loop heads to the locker room with a 16-point lead. It is 30-14 on their home floor over the Arthur County Wolves. We're going to take a quick break and figure out how we got there when we bring it back with Jeremy Shipe here on KBBN and video streaming on SandhillsExpress.com.
Treat and educate you about your specific roadblocks. We offer many therapists to help. Stop by one of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Kearney or call 872-5111. We have great resources online at myteampt.com or call 872-5111 Team Physical Therapy, together empowering able movement.
The student athletes you're cheering on during this broadcast practice and study in order to get their competition and schoolwork done right. At Trotter Service, they do the same, except with your vehicle repairs. Whether you need a new battery, brake work, and alignment, tires, wheels, or an overhaul, trust their auto repair specialists to tackle the job. Don't forget bulk oil and fuel delivery and on-the-farm tire truck service too. Proud to help bring you this broadcast, Trotter Service in Broken Bow.
Ready or not, here comes the chilly season. Are you already noticing some cold drafts coming into your home, chilling the air? Don't make your heating system work harder than it needs to. Talk to Mead Lumber in Broken Bow about insulation solutions to keep the cold where it belongs, outside. The helpful staff at Mead Lumber in Broken Bow can offer solutions that will save you money when the weather gets chilly. Talk to them today, East Highway 2, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Ask Shelter Agent Brett Custer about how to protect what you have waited for.
A to Z Lawn Pro is moving, but don't worry. They'll continue to offer their great services such as fertilizer, weed, and bare ground programs. Plus, they'll help you with grass seedings during the spring and fall seasons. Their new shop will be at their house. The address is 2056 North 9th Avenue. A handy payment drop box will be out front. Their phone number's changing too. It's now 308-870-1762. A couple of changes, but the same great service from A to Z Lawn Pro.
Septic emergencies are right up there on the list of worst emergencies to have.
Absolutely.
The next time you're facing one, give Squires Septic Service a call. 870-0717. He's ready to take your call 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
His sewer camera can find problems fast to save you money. Plus, he can clear drains with Roto-Rooter or Jetter. Oh, and Gary has Porta units, too. Squires Septic Service of Myrna. 870-0717. Don't wait to call until it's too late.
Absolutely not.
And we are back at the Arnold Gymnasium, where the South Loop Bobcats have a 30-14 lead here at halftime. Just want to hear a check-in here from Scott Harvey, our local Thrivent financial representative. Life insurance can help you protect your future and loved ones, but your needs may change over time. Thrivent is committed to helping you find solutions that align with your life. Schedule your checkup today, and you can do that by calling Scott at 308-872-5211. That sure was a lot of numbers, and to give us even more, here's Jeremy with the halftime stats on this journey.
All right, thank you, Grant. Let's take a look first at the visiting Arthur County Wolves. They were led in scoring by a couple of different Wolves. Justin Wenzel with 5. He was 3 of 3 from the free throw line in that first half. 5 points as well for Kane Delator. Got off to a hot start. Had 2 buckets to start the first quarter, only put in 1 more free throw in that quarter after it looked like he was going to do much more scoring than that the rest of the way. 4 points for Keegan Allen to round out the scoring for Arthur County. South Loop scoring goes like this. It starts with Cash Gracie, had 22 there in the first half. He's on pace for quite the night already with quite the night, even if he doesn't find the floor in the second half. 4 points for Trey Connell, 2 apiece by Joey Salick as well as Dylan Pandorf for South Loop. As far as the free throw line goes, pretty even there. South Loop shooting 50%, 5 of 10. Arthur County 4 of 7 from the line. Rebounding wise, South Loop pulled up late and pulled in a few more rebounds than Arthur County in that first half. The Bobcats out rebounding the Wolves 19-16. So again, Arthur County led by a couple of different scorers with 5, Kane Delator as well as Justin Wenzel. For South Loop, they are led by Cash Gracie with 22 first half points.
Far out, and we've got just under 5 minutes here before halftime, so what we're going to do is step away. We're going to let everyone catch their breath here from the Arnold Gym, where the South Loop Bobcats have a 30-14 lead over the Arthur County Wolves. You're listening on KBBN or watching on the Sandhills Express video stream.
Broken Bow is all about gearing you up for sports. Whether it's for participating or for cheering from the stands, they have it. Continuing this week is their semi-annual show sale. All regular priced shoes are marked at 20% off. So head through their door on west side of the square and bring your feet to do some test fitting. Geared for Sports, open Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturdays 10 to 4. Get your gear at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow.
Friendly rivals, hometown pride, wearing your school's colors. Small towns are brought together cheering on their favorite teams. Agland ATV knows how hard the athletes and coaches work year-round and are proud to help sponsor the games of our customers and their kids and grandkids. We have built relationships with many of these families through the years and are proud of their success. Best of luck to all the local athletes from Agland ATV in Broken Bow.
872-3424.
Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow, 872-3424.
As you head out the door to support your favorite team and athlete, don't forget to take Bruning Bank with you. With our free mobile banking app, you can handle your daily banking needs from anywhere, even the bleachers. Check your balance, monitor transactions, deposit checks, and send and receive funds to family and friends with Zelle. Learn more at BruningBank.com. Bruning Bank is a proud sponsor of area athletics and wishes all students a safe and successful season. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Anytime is a good time to buy plants because of indoor plants. The Garden Center has some rare and exciting indoor plants you need to lay eyes on. They're priced right and they're rare. Some might even call them unusual. They will satisfy your need for something new and different. They have the potting soil, creative and stylish pots, and plant displays you need too. Closed Sunday and Monday, open Tuesday to Friday 10 to 5:30 and Saturday 10 to 2. Open year-round for you. the Garden Center in Broken Bow.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts, so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
When it comes to plumbing, Scott and Colton with Studa Plumbing are proud to be your one-stop plumbing shop. They do septic pumping. Trust them, you do not want to put it off. Contact them for everything from new construction to remodels, service and drain cleaning to septic installations and sewer camera inspections. Scott and Colton are proud to support the area's student athletes by bringing you this broadcast. Contact Studa Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
BD would love for you to be part of their great team. They offer competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply online at bd.com/careers. You can also attend open interviews the first and third Wednesdays of each month in Broken Bow. BD loves supporting youth sports and the bright student athletes who work hard to compete in every contest. Remember, bd.com/careers to start your journey to being part of their great team.
Consolidated Companies is a proud sponsor of our student athletes. Everyone wants to get to the events and cheer on their students, but sometimes you just can't. Keeping up to date on all the local sports is hard to do, but Consolidated Superfast Broadband can change that. Find all the latest information on local school and broadcast channel web pages, along with news and weather. For more information, call Consolidated at 1-800-742-7464. Plus, look for them now on Facebook, facebook.com/Consolidated Companies.
And we are back at the Arnold Gymnasium, where the second half is just about to get underway. The third quarter, 20 seconds. Jeremy, what's got to happen for each of these teams to get the result they want?
Well, defensively for Arthur County, you've got to figure out a way to stop Cash Gracie. Might consider double teaming him all the time, make South Loop beat you a different way. For South Loop, keep the foot on the gas with Cash Gracie. If the double team comes, find somebody else to get the scoring going. Offensively for Arthur County, just got to get some shots up at that rim.
Trey Connell now on the inbound, calling the plays inside to Salick. Nobody had him. He beat both defenders down low, and that's a quick 2 in the first 30 seconds for South Loop, 32-14. And we're going to get a whistle on Wenzel. That's going to be a turnover. Looks like he violated the inbounds.
Yep, stepped on that baseline. Official on top of that one. And South Loop under their own basket.
Connell calling the play, slaps the ball. Who's he looking for? Calls Gracie around, finds him at the top of the key, and things are slowing down. Back to Connell, near midcourt, who holds, directing traffic now. Dribbling. He finds Cool in the corner, who takes a 3 and nails it. They're going to call that 3. What a bucket. Ice in the veins. Silas Cool. The inbounds now back to Wenzel for Arthur County, who plays it up to Talon Storer. Over to Lance Vasa. And a little bit of contact. That's going to be out of bounds, and it will stay with Arthur County. Kane Delatour throws the ball up. He finds Storer down low on a long pass, no good. Up with the ball goes Dakota Storer, and that's going to be 2, 35-16 now, South Loop. Cool plays it to Connell on the top of the key. Cool looks, plays it back to Connell. Connell dribbles. No look pass to Salick down low, and that's a bucket.
What did I tell you in the first half after that misconnection between the two of them? Salick is ready for those more often than not. He was that time around.
So ready that it's going to cause Arthur County to take a timeout here. 37-16, and we will take it with them.
Bobcat Blue, because they love to support their team. Student athletes work hard both academically and in sports, and Progressive Fertilizer is proud to support their dedication by helping bring you this sports broadcast on the radio. Wishing the team the best of luck and saying, go Bobcats. Progressive Fertilizer in Callaway.
And we are back at the Arnold Gymnasium here on KBBN and the Sandhills Express Video Network. 37-16, South Loop finds themselves up with 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Both teams are talking things over on the sidelines. What do you suppose is going out of the coaches' mouths here, Jeremy?
Well, for Arthur County, it hasn't been the start to the third quarter they wanted. A 7-2 run in favor of their opponents. South Loop has found some scoring besides Cash Gracie. 4 points out of the gate here in the third for Joey Salick. They've gotten him active down in the paint. Silas Kuhl hitting a 3 from the outside. Arthur County has got a tough task ahead of them. South Loop is kind of scoring from all over the place here to start the third.
Wenzel inbounds the ball to Dakota Storer, who plays it to Kane Delatour. Back to Wenzel. And try to move over the timeline now, coming out of the timeout. Almost 3 Bobcats there covering Wenzel. They ultimately find Delatour in the corner. There's a tangle up. We're going to get a jump ball. Nice defensive effort there from Silas Kuhl to prevent any kind of offensive momentum on what could have been pretty devastating.
He's very handsy.
Wenzel inbounds, plays it to Storer, and that's picked off by Silas Kuhl, who came out of nowhere. Trey pushing the floor to Gracie. That's going to be an easy 2. 39-16, 6:18 left in the third. The inbound now to Dakota Storer, plays it back to Wenzel. It's taken away by Gracie, who looks one-on-one, beats his man. Another easy 2 right under the hoop. Inbound to Talon Storer, to Lance Vasa, back to Wenzel. Wenzel hesitates, back to Vasa. Double team, can't quite get it over the sideline, but it looks like they might after a couple of connections. Delatour on the wing puts up a 3. That is gonna go. In and around and down, and that's 3 points for Arthur County, 41-19. Trey Connell now stops near the lane, back to Gracie, who's out. Dishes it out to Connell, easy as can be. 5.5 minutes as Trey approaches the coach, sees what he wants to call. Finds Lance Jones, back to him, and there's 2. Cut right across the lane there and found a bucket. A 1-2 and another turnover.
Yeah, stepping on the baseline again was Justin Wenzel. Unforced error there for Arthur County. That's 2 turnovers that way.
43-19, 5:22 left in the third. Trey Connell pats the ball, calls everyone to action. Salick underneath the bucket once more, no whistle. Shot was blocked by Dakota Storer. Played to Reese Swanson, who plays it over with a huge pass to Storer. Holding the ball. Size disadvantage there against Lance Jones, and that's going to be poked away. Looks like we've got a substitution now. Connor Paulson coming in the game for Silas Kuhl, and we've got Dylan Pandorf stepping in for Joey Salick. A little bit of a size change now for the Bobcats here in the final 5 minutes of the third quarter. The inbound to Talon Storer, and that's going to be kicked, it looks like, by Lance Jones. Another inbound now, and this one will be in the hands of Swanson. Swanson plays a long ball, which is tipped away by Trey Connell on the near side close to us. Trey into the bench. He's still hustling out there despite this lead. The inbounds will fall to Lance Vasa, who plays it to Swanson. Swanson beats Pandorf on the dribble over his head to Storer. Delatour can't find anyone, finds Swanson at the top of the key. Almost tipped away by Connell, trips over his own feet, and there should be a man advantage here for Arthur County. To the top of the key is Storer, who plays it back around inside to Storer. Delatour up with the long 2. That's off the top of the backboard, no good. Trey Connell comes down with the rebound, and South Loop is in business. To Jones, to Gracie at the top of the key, who drives, steps away to mid-range, twirls on his man, and finds the bucket. 45-19, just under 4.5 to play in the third. The inbound from Arthur County to Swanson. Swanson to Storer, who gets by Jones, blocked by Connell. We've got a collision.
Ooh. They knocked heads really bad, and getting the worst end of it for Arthur County was Lance Vasa. He got hit in the face by Trey Connell's back of his head, and he's kind of shaking that one off a little bit. Still kind of feeling it as he runs back on offense.
Stays in the game. Swanson across the timeline. Double team now. Storer at the free throw line, takes a couple steps, puts up the jumper, and that'll go. Nice to see something go through for Arthur County. 45-21, just under 4 minutes to play in the third. Paulson takes the ball across the timeline to Gracie. To Jones on the wing, who's looking for something. Gracie at the top of the key, moving against his man. A wide open three, nobody had him, that will go. 48-21 now, and Gracie has just been unstoppable so far. Press is off now for South Loop, but they still manage to get the ball back thanks to Lance Jones' fingers. Paulson dribbles, plays it out to Cool, to catch Gracie on the wing. Heat check won't go. Kane Delatour comes down with the rebound, and another turnover. Can't find a passing lane, and Lance Jones is going to put up two. 50-21, 3:17. That's going to be a timeout for Arthur County, and we are going to take it with them here on KBBN and the Sandhills Express Video Streaming Network.
From Beehive Ag.
Cool, what's it do?
Your phone becomes your pivot panel. You can control your pivot, pump, in-gun, and it even has GPS and VRI. Breathe new technology into old pivots.
Really? The subscription must be expensive.
No, there is no subscription fee. Contact Rich Reynolds with Rain Dance Repair at 308-870-4455. That's 870-4455.
The Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, are proud of the South Loop Bobcats. New patients are always welcome. They understand that healthcare is evolving and are committed to providing local access to high-quality care by continuing to invest in the latest diagnostic and treatment technology. Their specialty is primary care. Callaway District Hospital and the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics cheering on the South Loop Bobcats.
And we are back at the Arnold Gymnasium, set up right next to the South Loop student section, who are loving every minute of this game, Jeremy, so far. Everything is just going the Bobcats' way.
Cash Gracie with 31 here in this contest so far.
And a long pass down the floor from Arthur County to Keegan Allen will find nobody, and it looks like the possession will stay with the Wolves. Swanson to inbound here. Storer goes up with the three. That bounces around. No good. Paulson with the hops on the rebound. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to play in the third. He plays it to Pandorf, who finds a bucket. 52-21 now, just under 3 for the Bobcats. Storer's got the basketball. Plays another long pass, and that's going to find the wall. Thought he had someone down there, and he did. The pass was just a little too high.
Gotta like Arthur County's aggression here, trying to get some things done offensively and catch South Loop off guard. They've just been leading these passes just slightly too far.
Pandorf now plays it to the wing to Paulson, who finds Gracie down low. Up and at him, one-on-one. He takes Storer to the bucket, and that's another two. A whistle is called. And it looks like it will stay with Arthur County. Kicked ball. Storer inbounds to Swanson. Swanson double team back to Storer, who finds another long pass to Allen, who gets it inbounds somehow. Delatour looks for another long pass. That's Swanson on the wing. Fakes the pass and dribbles. It's on the floor. Can't find the handle. Still comes away with possession. Delatour plays it inside to Allen, and nothing is happening there. That is a turnover for the Wolves. Those passing lanes are just almost non-existent. They're going to have to go airmail every single time, it looks like. Paulson now across the timeline, plays it to Silas Cool. Back to Paulson at the top of the key, who's looking to Gracie from three. Another one? Yes. Splash! And that's another three for Gracie, 57-21, just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Another block from Pandorf. Swanson gets the ball across the timeline, finds it to Allen. Not a bad little dance move there to keep the ball in play. Swanson plays it to Delatour, who is immediately double teamed on the wing. It's going to be Gorwell, who gets the long pass to Swanson, puts up the three. Not going to go. From this angle, it looked like it was going to drop.
Yeah, it had the right distance on it. Just the left to right was a little bit off, but that's something the Wolves can build on. They move the ball around enough to find that open shot.
Mm-hmm. Jones inbounds the ball to Connor Paulson, who looks to the sideline for a play across the court. Gracie, a heat check again. That one will go. Bang, 60-21 now, South Loop up with 1:18 to go. Into the front court comes Grady Gorwill. That's tipped away. We've got Dye who recovers it for the Wolves. To Swanson, who's double covered immediately. Grady down low. He's going to be fouled. And Arthur County's going to get to the line here with 1:08 left in the third.
Grady Gorwill, that is a wonderful cut. He was in the corner, easily could have stayed there and been happy with it, but instead he makes the cut from the corner down to the block, and he's at the line because of it. That foul is going to be the third on Connor Paulson as Salick and Starr come back into the game.
And Paulson and Jones will be checking out. Gorwill now will take his second free throw. Dribbles a couple times, bends the knees. Ball goes up, and that one falls for him. 60-22 now, 1:08 remaining in the third. We've got a whistle. All right, inbound from Pandorf to Harper Johnson, who checked in somehow in that stretch. Back to Starr, back to Johnson at the top of the key, who looks around, directing traffic, won't dribble. Plays it to Gracie. Heat check once more. That will not go. Off the top of Salick's head to the joy of the students. That is up, no good. And Dakota Storer comes down with it. Plays it to Gorwill, who gets across the timeline, looks for help from Swanson, and that's going to be over and back. Couldn't quite get across mid-court before he came down with that basketball.
And he's asking for clarification from his coach. It's about where you left, not where you land. Important to remember on those over and backs.
Harper Johnson now directs traffic. He gets Starr at the top of the key, plays it back to him. Gracie. Oh, he's double teamed now. Johnson plays it to the top of the key to Starr. Starr over to Pandorf. To Gracie at the free throw line. There's two Wolves on him now. Harper Johnson finds Starr. Thought about a three. Johnson plays it wide to Pandorf. Salick down low. Cash Gracie under the hoop and finds it. Inbound now to Grady Gorwill. Plays it to Lance Vasa. Vasa now to Dye. Back to the top of the key. Wow, and that's going to be the end of your third quarter. Your score after three, the South Loop Bobcats, number 1 seeded, 62, and the 8 seeded visiting Arthur County Wolves, 22. We'll take a little bit of a break and then come back for the fourth quarter of action on KBBN and the Sandhills Express video streaming network.
Brock's Underground serves Central Nebraska with expertise in water and irrigation services. Need some help? Call Rocky Dockweiler at 870-3457. Rocky salutes the student athletes of the area and all the hard work they put in each and every season and is very proud of the young men and women that live in Central Nebraska. Enjoy this broadcast, brought to you in part by Rocky Dockweiler with Rock's Underground in Oconto.
At the Callaway Market, they appreciate their amazing customers who choose to shop local with them. That's why they offer their loyalty program, which has allowed them to give thousands of dollars back to the community. Your friends at Callaway Market invite you to shop their aisles, quality meat counter, and bountiful and beautiful produce section. On Mondays, a senior discount of 10% off is given. Thank you for shopping local from the Callaway Market. Open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday and Sundays from 11 till 5.
And we are back with 8 minutes on the clock, the final 8 minutes of our game tonight. The fourth quarter, 62-22 the lead for South Loop as they inbound the ball. That'll be Pandorf to Paulson. Outward to Harper Johnson, who looks at a distant three and finds it. The student section going nuts here, 65-22 from Arnold. To the wing now, pressure on Swanson, who pushes off Harper Johnson. No whistle there. Dakota Storer trapped in the corner. We do get a whistle there.
Worth noting, the 40-point rule is in effect. As it is more than a 40-point lead for South Loop, the clock is only going to stop in certain situations. It will not stop on out-of-bounds plays.
Jamison Dye inbounds the ball. Gorwill finds two. Nice-looking bucket. Sidestepped the defender and just made it happen. Was always looking at the net. Connor Paulson now across the timeline. We've got a new face in the game. Caleb McFate checking in now. Harper Johnson to Paulson. Paulson back to Johnson. To McFate. Thought about a three. Oh, and he gives it away. Just not quite on the same page with some of these players who don't maybe play the regular minutes together. Lance Vossa to inbound now to Swanson, who gets it across the timeline. 6:43 with a running clock. Back to Swanson, who's at the free throw line. Plays it inside. McFate got a hand on it. A lot of action down low, a lot of scrambles. The ball's up in the air. Dye came down with it. We've got a whistle. It's a jump ball.
Yeah, one official had a foul. The official on the baseline closer to the play had a jump ball. So they go with the official closer to the play. Jump ball leaves it with Arthur County.
Dye inbounds the ball to Swanson there, who looks at the rim from the top of the key. Gorwell has had himself quite a bit of a game here. That's blocked by Harper, the pass to Starr, who moves it across the feet, across midcourt. Connor Paulson now drives inside out. McFate to Johnson, who steps and shoots. Not happening this time. Dakota Storer comes down with the rebound, and Swanson's going to move it across the timeline. Guarded by Johnson, and Paulson sneaking out. Dye for three from the far corner, off the mark, no good. Gorwell goes up with it, and he's going to get another bucket. 65-26, 5:42 and counting here in the fourth. Paulson takes it across the timeline. Looks for someone, finds McFate there on the wing, down to Starr in the corner, the far corner. Back to McFate, to Johnson, to Paulson. Pandorf now. Johnson had a wide open look at a three, couldn't quite wrangle the pass. Paulson plays it back to Johnson, who played inside out. McFate thought about a three, couldn't find it. Pandorf covered in the corner, up top to Paulson. Paulson to Johnson, who does find a three this time. It's off the mark, no good. Dye comes down with the rebound, and it's Arthur County basketball. 5 and change to play in the fourth quarter. Across the timeline comes Swanson now. Starr and Johnson creeping up on him. Gorwell from the elbow. It's just taken away by Pandorf, who finds Johnson. Not quite enough room to run. He's got to wait for people now. Paulson makes his move down low. It's touched. Nice block there. Nice block from Lance Vossa. Across the timeline now is Dakota Storer. Finds Gorwell on the wing. Top of the corner now is top of the key now is Swanson. Dribbling, poked away by Johnson. Starr with the ball. Paulson controls it, and we're on the move. South loop. McFate thought about a three. Plays it to the wing for Paulson. Back to McFate, to Johnson, who looks, finds Pandorf down low. Starr drives, can't quite get the handle on it. McFate looks inside to Starr, nobody's home. Jamison Dye comes away with the steal for the Arthur County Wolves. 65-26, 4:11 left in the game. Running clock, time is ticking. Down low to Dakota Storer, nice pass, couldn't quite find the finish. Pandorf plays it to Paulson, and South Loop is on the move. Across the timeline now, slowing things down, spreading the offense a bit. McFate on the wing. Harper Johnson from the wing to the top of the key to Paulson, who's on the wing. McFate at the top of the key to Johnson. Pandorf from the free throw line, off the iron, no good. Dye with the rebound. Arthur County's on the move. Ball to Lance Vossa over the timeline, guarded by Paulson and Johnson. Reese Swanson now plays it to Dye, who's got a distant two-pointer, no good. We've got a whistle.
Yep, they're going to catch Dakota Storer in the back of the man who had him boxed out for South Loop. So foul is called, and we'll go the other way. More substitutions coming in for both teams. 3 Wolves and 1 Bobcat coming in.
Looks like McFate is stepping out, and we will see. I cannot quite catch that.
Carter Wood.
Carter Wood. First appearance in the game for Carter Wood. Connor Paulson plays it to Harper Johnson. Carter Wood up and at him. His first shot, he was going right for the bucket. It's a rebound by Arthur County. And we are across the timeline with Grady Gorwell controlling the ball. Carter Wood one-on-one against him. Paulson skies for a block and tips it out of bounds. That should remain with Arthur County. From our blind corner, it looks like. Our near side as far as possible. The inbounds to Gorwell, who gets it tipped away. Carter Wood comes away with it. Plays it to Starr, who crosses the timeline. He has Paulson to his right, who lines up a three. That one almost went. Gorwell now going to play it across the timeline against Wood. One-on-one at the top of the key. He drives. Closed in by Starr as well. Pilikowski from the free throw line goes up and almost gets his bucket. Gets his own rebound, though. A little bit of scrambling on the floor. Who's going to come away with that basketball? It's going to be Paulson for South Loop, who pushes in a bit of a hurry. Just under 2 minutes. The play to Johnson on the wing. He puts up the three. That's not quite going to go. Gorwell recovers the rebound in the near corner. Plays it out to Keegan Allen, and the Wolves are in business. Crossing the timeline is Gorwell. Plays it to Pilikowski. Carter Woods on him at the top of the key. Dive from the wing. Almost poked away by Paulson. Inside to Allen, who can't quite find the bucket. There's a scramble for the rebound. Paulson comes away with it across the timeline. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the fourth. 65-26, and we've got a whistle.
Paulson doing the right thing, driving in, drew the blocking foul. That's going to be on Keegan Allen. That's his second. Will be on the baseline. Neither team committing anywhere near enough fouls for a bonus or double bonus situation here as we go under a minute.
Harper Johnson, nice vision, inbounds to Pandorf for the easy two. Under a minute to go, 49 seconds, 67-26. South Loop is ahead. Gorwell gets by Carter Wood. Pilikowski with the drive, and nice. There's a bucket. That's nice. A nice looking bucket. 33 seconds to go, 67-28, South Loop leads. Harper Johnson in no hurry. Looks to coach across the timeline. And he's just going to let this run. Don't really think they need to do anything now. The crowd's starting to feel it. The student section certainly feels it. A few laughs exchanged among the players now. Holding the ball for the last 9, 8, 7, 67-28. Looks like it will be the final. Handshakes start to be exchanged now between the Arthur County Wolves and the South Loop Bobcats. A bit of goodwill at the MNAC tournament. What you really like to see above all is the level of sportsmanship that these young men display, time in and time out. After the final whistle, it looks like our final score was 67-26. The South Loop Bobcats over the Arthur County Wolves. We will step away and hear from some of our sponsors who brought us this broadcast on KVBN and the Sandhills Express video streaming network, and then we'll come back to figure out just how we got there.
Display at Mills Hardware in Arnold? You probably thought it was as big as it could ever be. Well, you better go back and see it again soon, because it's even bigger. The display is now 350 feet long. 3 aisles of Milwaukee tools that lead the industry in durability and performance. Simply put, the selection and knowledge you'll get when you choose Mills Hardware is going to be top-notch. Mills Hardware in Arnold, proud to be the area's premier Milwaukee connection.
Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold, where good friends meet. Taste some of the freshest beef Nebraska has to offer at Grazer's Bar and Grill. Located in the heart of cattle country, it's what inspired their name. They're proud to serve locally raised beef alongside thirst-quenching drinks that complement your meal. Proud to support the South Loop Bobcats, Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold.
AgriBest Feeds of Callaway is your source for all things ranching. They have what you need as capping comes around, including ear tags, vet supplies, windscreens, go lights, milk replacer, Royal Heat calf warmers, and more. They also carry Powder River and Charter livestock equipment, and their Sweet Pro Lick Tubs, Fresh Start, and Redmond Salt provide your animals with the outstanding nutrition they need. They carry the top-rated AeroQuip line of chutes and livestock equipment, too, behind the Community Center in Callaway, or at 836-2298. AgriBest Feeds of Callaway.
New location, same great service. A1 Auto Repair is still in Arnold, excited to get you on the road or keep you there. 110 East 7th, otherwise known as the old John Deere Implement, the former Mills Hardware location, the last building on the south side of Arnold, the first building going north into town, the building south of the Baptist Church, the building on the east just before the Highway 40 bridge. No matter how you describe it, A1 Auto Repair in Arnold invites you to stop by. Say hi soon at their new digs.
At First State Insurance of Arnold, they're proud to say that they can offer you choices. Those choices save you money. They can offer you a variety of choices because they are independent agents. First State Insurance is cheering on the Bobcats all the way. Call Becky or Taylor at 848-2522 to set up an appointment with First State Insurance of Arnold. Proud supporters of the South Loop Bobcat coaches and players who work so hard.
You've been to them, the bars, taverns, and grills that are exactly like the next. Not at Henry's Callaway Bar. They offer a bar experience unlike any other. Try one of Henry's fresh handcrafted drinks or kick back for a beer with friends. If it's an appetite you're bringing with your thirst, look to their amazing homemade pizzas to fill you up, available to dine in or carry out. Call 308-836-4484. A slice of lime and a good time await you at Henry's Bar in Callaway, the oasis in the middle of Nebraska.
Four County Boutique in Arnold is proud to help support the South Loop Bobcats and all that they do. Four County Boutique is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 until 5 and Saturdays from 10 until 3. You'll find quality clothing as well as products and merchandise made by locals from right there in Arnold. Items like jewelry, soaps, chocolates, and more await you at Four County Boutique. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date with new items. Glad to help cheer on the South Loop Bobcats and proud to sponsor this broadcast. Four County Boutique in Arnold on Main Street.
There's a place that's shaped by more than county lines and state borders. It's a place we call home, where moments are shared, where communities are strengthened, and life's special memories happen right here. No matter what home is to you, we're the local bank that can help you make the most of it. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Badgley Well Service in Oconto is proud to sponsor this high school sports broadcast, featuring some of our awesome student athletes right here in central Nebraska. Cliff and his team at Badgley Well are always on call at 858-4409. From domestic to stock wells, call Badgley Well Service of Oconto. They have the experience to get the job done right. Call Badgley Well Service of Oconto when water is the goal. Badgley Well is happy to help bring you this sports broadcast.
Lane Chesley and his crew at Design Homes of Callaway are proud to help bring you this sports broadcast. Design Homes can help you with remodeling or any commercial or residential building construction. Just call Lane at 308-991-0870 to get started. Don't let that awesome project you have on your mind be a point of stress. Call Design Homes, proud sponsors of this sports broadcast.
And we are back one final time here from the Arnold Gymnasium, where the number 1 seed South Loop Bobcats triumphed over the 8 seed Arthur County Wolves. And to tell us a little bit about those numbers, first, we have one number to tell you about, and that's 4. 4 County Heating and Air. We didn't have a chance to get to them during the broadcast because of the running clock. Owners Brian Hogg and Austin Cox serve the area with a combined 20 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They provide free estimates and 24-hour service. They'll be there for you when the cold weather hits and there to help you prepare for the warm weather coming. Call 4 County Heating and Air in Broken Bow at 872-2258. And now, with a final look at the numbers, here's Jeremy.
Visitors on the scoreboard were the Arthur County Wolves. They were led in scoring by Kane Delator. He had 8 on the evening, 5 of those 8 coming in the first quarter. 2 scorers with 5, Gorwill as well as Wenzel for Arthur County. 4 points for Keegan Allen and 2 points apiece by Talon Store, Colton Pilikowski, and Dakota Store to round out the scoring for Arthur County. They were 5 of 9 from the charity stripe. South Loop led by Cash Gracie. He had 22 in the first half, 19 in the second half. Do that math. It's 41 on the evening for Cash Gracie. Behind him, 6 points apiece for Trey Connell, Joey Salick, as well as Dylan Pandorf. 3 points put in by Harper Johnson there in the fourth quarter from behind the arc. And Silas Kuhl, hitting a tray in the third quarter as well. 2 points put in by Lance Jones this evening as well. So again, for Arthur County, it was Kane Delatour with 8. For South Loop, it was Cash Gracie with 41. South Loop joins Sandhills Thedford and punches their ticket to the semifinal on Thursday.
The semifinals will be covered on our networks, the Sandhill Express Video Network, as well as KBBN. We'll be doing both the boys and girls MNAC semifinals and finals, I do believe. And we'll have those matchups at 7:30 and 6 on Thursday, the 26th for the boys.
I'll kind of give a rundown of everything, Grant, while you kind of get some things settled for us to go back to regular programming. We'll have all of the semifinals on the girls and the boys side of things when it comes to the MNAC tournament. Of course, we saw 2 of the boys' games just in front of us this evening here in Arnold. 2 other games were happening over in Mullen. The Sandhills Valley and Hyannis game, and then the Brady and Mullen game were happening as well. We'll find out the results of those, obviously, and 2 teams of those 4 will be on the other side of the semifinal for the MNAC boys tournament. That continues on Thursday. The MNAC girls tournament, we know those matchups. 3 o'clock is going to feature Sandhills Valley and South Loop, and then 4:30 is Sandhills Thedford and Twin Loop to round out the MNAC girls tournament semifinals. So should be a fun day on Thursday. Again, all of those games are going to be where you are listening right now or viewing right now. Sandhills Express on YouTube or Facebook is where you can watch and listen. And if you'd like to listen, you can go to 95.3 FM as well as KBBN.com and the free KBBN app. Again tonight, here in Arnold, it was Sandhills Thedford getting the victory over Cody Kilgore. And then the game that just went final in front of us, the number 1 seed and state-ranked South Loop, showing why they are state-ranked, a controlling win over Arthur County by a score of 67-28. Final thoughts on these, Grant?
Well, both of these teams actually have a lot they can take away from this game. I know it kind of looked pretty one-sided there for most of it, but Arthur County does have the capability to strings a lot of things together, and they've got a lot of young talent that I think is going to serve them well, not only going forward in future seasons, but especially in the final third, where a lot of the growth is going to take place after you've been playing with the guys for several months.
Great night of basketball, and we hope you folks join us for more MNAC basketball action in the girls and boys brackets on Thursday and then on Saturday as we determine a 2023 champion on both sides. For our videographer, Shannon Murray, for Grant Winter, I'm Jeremy Shipe, wishing you all a great rest of your evening.
Thank you for listening to our coverage of high school sports.